check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know. Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Ran in my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Ran in my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't
setting Dylan Gabriel up to take the biggest L out of
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Ran in my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Ran in my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Let me get on the screen. Oh, yeah, let's get this down. Here we go. There we go. We got the music down. How y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? Talk to me. All right, so I got make sure I sound good on my phone. All right, we good. Now we can lock in. We can go. All systems go, y'all. All systems go. Happy Monday. I'm feeling good. We got another good stream for you. We gonna get to it. Browns got some new energy in the building. I'm excited for the new energy the Browns have in the building. We're gonna get to that. We were introduced to most of them last week. We're gonna talk about why they're excited, break down some of their own words on what they have going on. So we definitely gonna get to it in today's stream. Of course, we got motivation, y'all. Y'all know we got the motivation. So we got motivation going. I have a super throwback for y'all, that we gonna get to. Then we kind of got some tough topics that we got to hit in the middle of the stream, and then we'll end it with all things new for the Cleveland Browns and how AB is building his team out. But first, you know what we do. When you tune in to Eliminate the Gray with OffThaRecordDee, we're going to greet you as you come in. So we're going to greet everybody. Good morning, Selmo Fudd. How you feeling, man?
Here we go, Browns.
How you feeling?
Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Browns. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go.
Happy Monday, Selmo Fudd. Cedric, what's going on?
Cole, you stupid.
Let me throw something else in there for you.
We do not care.
We do not care. Good morning, Cedric. Good morning. Miss Pamela, good morning. C. Brown Run. Good morning. Top of the morning, Black Pearl. Ivy League Mac is in here early. What is going on? Top of the morning, Ivy League Mac. Good morning, Felix. Latika's in the building, y'all.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
What's going on, Latika? Okay, let me keep it going. Black Pearl sending money Monday morning blessings to everyone. Shout out to Black Pearl. I like that energy. I like that. Let's keep going through. Art Jizzle, what's going on? Skip ahead a little bit here. Where do we leave off? All right, we got Art Jizzle. Charmaine, hardest working woman in Ohio. How you feeling? Black Pearl says, feeling good, feeling blessed. That's exactly how I feel. A.M. Williams, good morning. Good morning, Maya. Good morning, Shalia. Shout out to you, Zedric. That's talking about cap space. Let me drop this over here. I appreciate that. YouTube, why do you always do that? Let's do this the right way. I thought I copied it. Let's see. Copy the link address so we can do this. Let me do what I'm doing, YouTube. YouTube want to put up a barrier. Dog Pound going to show you how to turn around a 5-12 to a 12-5 winning season. I like what you're talking about there. Sam No Fun. Y'all know I was out there early saying, hey, the Browns are going to be good this year. They're going to win more than the Atlanta Falcons. That quarterback in 27 talk, man, I don't care about it. Have the conversations if you want to. I'm just going to drop that in the same bucket I put the quarterback is in 2026 category. I'm just going to leave him in the same bucket. Good morning, Keith Hunt. How you feeling today? Did I miss? C.A. Anderson, what is going on?
This is a foolishness. Foolishness.
Good morning, C.A. Anderson. Good morning, D, and my fantastic Off the Record fam. It's Monday. It's not snowing. It's going to be a wonderful day. Y'all hang in there. Glad to hear it's not snowing out there no more. Where I'm at, they got tornado warnings and rain and crazy winds, and if it ain't one thing, it's another, right? If it ain't one thing, it's another. Detroit Gemini, good morning. How you feeling? TK, good morning. How you feeling? Black Pearl says, I'm looking forward to see what the Browns do in the upcoming draft. I am right there with you. I'm right there with you. I want to see what they do in the draft. I look at it like what I want them to do. So if you look at when I spoke about free agency, I said I want re-sign Devin Bush. They got another linebacker. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so I kind of see. Okay, no, it's not. For some reason, my video's been a little delayed when I've been editing them, so I thought I saw it, but I didn't. But I only speak of what I want them to do, just like in the draft. I want a wide receiver, and I want a left tackle between 6 and 24. That's it. I don't have no control, so I can just tell you what I want. Just like Christmas when you was a kid growing up. You just wrote the list and just hope you got as much stuff off of there. You couldn't force the list. 12 wins for 12. I like the sound of that. For real. I like that. Yeah, it's going to be a rough day weather-wise here this afternoon. Yeah, where I'm at, the weather is doing some other stuff. I was like, come on, just don't play with my internet early. I don't need that. I don't need that. Q, what's going on? I live in the A2. Wind blew my kid's trampoline down the road. Hey, once that trampoline turn on this side and that wind get to going, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. Yeah, the wind is doing something else. The wind is ridiculous. Ridiculous. We had that same weather last night, early this morning. Dangerous weather. Be safe out there. Yeah, I'm limiting how much I go outside if I don't need to. I'm too old, y'all. I'm too old to go brave out the elements, for things that don't matter. I'm not about that life. Let's get this thing started. So shout out to Key Mathis. I don't think I've seen her yet, but shout out to Key Mathis. For real, don't take my Wi-Fi. That's all I'm thinking about. Just where I live at, I don't have to worry about the lights going out that often because our electrical is underground. So I don't got to worry about that. But let me do my stream. Then if you got to take the Wi-Fi for a couple hours, I understand. But let me get my stream. Going. Shout out to Key Mathis. Key Mathis put me on Miles Monroe, and I keep going back to him. But I was listening to something Saturday morning from him, and I was like, man, oh man, I like this. So we're going to get this thing started. We're going to get it started. It's raining out there in NYC. We're expecting freezing temps tonight. Shaking my head. Yeah, come on, man. Bring me summer. Bring me summer. Let's get going, y'all. Let's get the show started. Let's get some motivation. We have Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles Monroe. Let me put some respect on his name properly. But this is something I saw, and it really just stuck with me because this is something that I did action-wise before I saw this. So I was like, man, this would be good if other people hear this. So let's get it going. Let's get the motivation going early.
What makes you angry is what you were born to fix. How do you know what your purpose is? Your purpose is the dream that won't leave you. It's the idea that keeps resurfacing. It's the thing you'd rather be doing. That's why your job becomes such a frustration. If you are doing what you were not born to do, your job frustrates you. Here's the scripture I want you to get. Proverbs 19:21 is my favorite scripture. It says, many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Many are the plans you have about your life, but God says, my purpose will prevail over your plans. My friend over here, Bishop Harold Ray, we went to school here together.
That is something, y'all. This just stuck with me so much. And it was like, your purpose is the thing that makes you angry. That's how you know what you're supposed to do. And it's something that sticks with you. It's something that you think about. And then also how he ended it off with the scripture from Proverbs. Many is the plan of a man. We have so many ideas and plans for how we believe things are going to go in our life. And the plans just fail. They fail all over the place when you put it together. And then not usually, because I don't like to speak in too many absolutes. In some cases, the thing that breaks through is not the thing you intended to break through. I've worked in a lot of different industries, y'all. I've had success in some. I didn't have success in others. Blind Beauty, what's going on? So this really stuck with me because as I get new people who tune in and tap into the streams, I know that it looked like it's put together right. You're like, okay, well, you got a logo, you got a decent microphone, decent camera, setup looks okay. So people assume that's where it started because usually people see you where they meet you at. They don't think about where you could have been before that. So I got a super throwback for y'all because this really spoke to me. Now, this might be new to a lot of people, but I guarantee you is one person who probably seen this. Latika's probably seen this before. Shout out to Latika. Latika remembers these days. So I've been doing this for a long time, y'all. I didn't just start last summer. Last summer I really started pushing on YouTube, but I used to go live on TikTok. I always tell y'all that, and I wanted to show y'all because I want y'all to see like how that journey started. Because I didn't start streaming about sports. Actually, I've never said this on this stream at all, but I actually started streaming talking about trading. Trading in the stock market was how I got into streaming. I didn't start talking about sports. I got to a point where I got frustrated with the process of going through putting together streams in the stock market. Even though it's something I enjoy, it felt more like work. It wasn't something I look forward to. And now I'm at the point in my life where I'll stop doing those things because I know it's just going to lead to just bad once you get to that feeling. So I started there. And I was like, you know what? It seems like people are doing good gaming. So I started going through the list of hobbies that I have. And I was like, well, let me try a gaming channel. And then I did that for a little bit. And I was like, man, you got to play games all day. You kind of don't get to express yourself because it's all about the game. It's not about you. So then I said, you know what? Let me start streaming about football because I've lived in different places where I lived outside of Cleveland. And I would always do like watch parties and all different type of things. I would tune in for other people. And I remember when we had Deshaun Watson, I got a feeling that people weren't being original. Key Mathis, what's going on? Actually, I'll run the motivation back for you, Key Mathis, because it's good. It's going to tie into this. I got a feeling that people in the Cleveland media were not giving their own thoughts. And I was like, I don't think everybody is original anymore. So it was with Deshaun Watson. And I remember it like it was yesterday, y'all. I remember Quincy Carrier, Mary Kay, Tony Grossi, and somebody on UCSS all said the exact same thing word for word. And a light bulb went off and I said, either magic happened and they all just had the same thought at one time, or nobody believes what they just said and they are just repeating something they heard from somebody. So that is what got me into streaming. Let's run this back for Key Matic because I like this a lot. So let me run it back for you. Let's see where we need to start.
Born to do, your job frustrates you.
All right, let's go. It's right about here. And then we're going to get to it.
Resurfacing. It's the thing you'd rather be doing.
A little bit before that. I think maybe it's about here. CL7111, what's going on? Blind Beauty, I would love not to dread my profession. For real.
How do you know what your purpose is? Your purpose is the dream that won't leave you. It's the idea that keeps resurfacing. It's the thing you'd rather be doing. That's why your job becomes such a frustration. If you are doing what you were not born to do, your job frustrates you. Here's the scripture I want you to get. Proverbs 19:21 is my favorite scripture. It says, many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails.
Talk to him. So there it is. We ran it back right there, Key Mathis. We ran it back for you. But I thought this was so important. And the thing that, before that, he's going to say the thing that makes you angry is your purpose. And that's what happened to me. It clicked. And I was like, man, I can speak about the Browns. I can actually put in the work to educate myself, to grow, to get better. I can do those things. So now let me rewind it back for y'all. I got it right here for y'all. Running for his life. We aren't. So I want to show y'all, because this is something many people haven't seen. It's still up. I didn't take any of my older content down. It's still there. This is still up on my TikTok right now. So this is me This is week 1. This is week 1 of the 2024 season. This is me doing a watch party, and I'm reacting live during the halftime. The Browns were down 20-3, and I'm sounding dejected because I'm seeing that we're about to lose this game, and it's not much we can do. So let me play it. Y'all gonna hear my cadence is different. My confidence is different. My speech pattern is a little bit different. I didn't have the mic properly set up. I had the headphones on. So here we go. Let's play it. Using anything to help us identify what the defense is doing. We're not running motion to, just help us identify if they're in zone, if they're a man. Micah Parsons, we are letting him wreck the game. We are using small running backs. We're using tight ends to chip him. And when you take running backs and tight ends to chip Micah Parsons, if your receivers don't win, then you're screwed because you are effectively taking away somebody you could be throwing the ball to. So that was me, y'all. This is in 2024. I want y'all also to key in something else about this. I have 12 followers on TikTok at this time. My goal is to get to 20 followers at that time. 20, y'all. 20. So you gotta start. You gotta start. Don't be afraid to start. Don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to put in the work. If it's really something that is your purpose, you'll work through all the downsides of it. You'll work through all the downsides of it. Zedric, you see it sounds like a different person entirely. I'm saying. I'm telling you, when I listened to that Miles Monroe and when he said that your purpose is the thing that makes you angry, I remember I was sitting there and I was like, man, I can do this. Putting in the work, y'all. Putting in the work. So I don't just talk about putting in the work. I'll even show you all the receipts that are up of me putting in the work. Even me. Donnie King is tapping in from the Netherlands. What's going on? What's going on? Good morning, Miss Brown. Key Mathis says, "All shoot this stepped on my toes." I'm telling you, Key Mathis. I'm telling you. I thought about you when I was listening to Miles Monroe this weekend. So just to show you all that, I'm not just a person who says go out there, try things, pursue things you're passionate about. I actually did it. And you can look. You can look and see it, y'all. You can look and see it. This is growth. I'm telling you, 12 followers, y'all, going for 20. That's why I feel so passionate about stuff when I'm speaking about. That's how I talk about things a certain way. Because that's where I was, y'all. Detroit Gemini says, OMG, you changed a lot, D. The energy was different then. Great evolution for you. I'm telling you, this is me. I was just, and this was halftime. I didn't really know how to deal with the Browns just getting beat and me being on camera, watching them get beat. So it was a struggle. It was a struggle. Ivy League Mac, grow and development, bro. For real. I appreciate you, Miss Brown. You got your swag and glow now. I'm telling you, I got that soul glow. It changed. I need to work and put more effort into my channel and TikTok. I'm telling you, Blind Beauty Collective, just find ways that you can just add to doing something towards your channel little by little every day. Little by little. It don't have to be a ton of stuff, but just try to get something done little by little every day and just keep stacking those wins. That's not even you. That's not even the you I met almost a year ago. Definitely put in the work. I'm telling you, this, when Miles Monroe said that, it stuck with me because it's something I pursued. So let me tell y'all how rough it was for me. This is me going through a first season of all the losing with the Browns. This is November 3rd, 2024, y'all. This was me trying to just deal with it. I was dealing with it right in the public view, y'all. Browns fans, this is for you. 5 stages of grief. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. I've been in the acceptance stage for about 4 weeks now. This is how I get through these games. We are what our record says we are. 2-7, y'all. This is how I was getting through it. So a lot of this is to show y'all that you can put in the work, you can grow to get better. Brent, what's going on? Buenos dias. You can grow, you can get better. And don't be afraid to grow up right in front of people. Don't be afraid to find your voice right in front of people. I did it, y'all. I found my voice right in front of y'all. If you go back, the videos are still there. Still there. No energy. I'm close to the screen. Microphone is wrong. Trying. Everything is not a win. You're going to go through some things that help you grow to get better. And that was me. So that was me. That's why that Miles Monroe stuck with me so much. Let's keep it pushing forward. Let's keep it pushing forward. I saw this and I thought this was hilarious. First off, his name is The Real Devorian Jarvel. I really like his IG stuff. It's hard to play his stuff on IG because on his stuff on IG, he has more music on it, but every once in a while he puts stuff on YouTube, and I have an idea of where the music starts, so I'm gonna try to stop it before the music. But I thought this is good too. I don't think I could. Let me see. Let me do this so y'all can see what it actually says. Think about Michael B. Jordan going from a kid on The Wire and now Oscar winner for real. D, you haven't seen all this in store for you. It's good to see your beginning, and I'm glad you are thankful. It's so key. Yes, I'm telling you. Even my old TikTok, I have videos. I think about 20 people tapped into my stream, and y'all don't know the feeling I had just for 20 people to sit there and watch me. Like, I'm telling you, and I still had that feeling to this day because I know how I felt. And it's never too late to find your passion and voice. Totally, I agree with y'all. I agree with y'all. Let me make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see this. I thought this was funny. This is something that we all go through. And sometimes we don't really know where or who we could talk to about it, but I thought this was funny. So it says, when someone tries to take credit for something you thought of. I thought this was hilarious because I'll tell y'all why later, but I thought this was hilarious. Let's get to it.
So you telling me you can use AI to do your taxes?
Yup, and I've been doing it for years.
For years.
I'm telling you, you put all your information in there and tell it exactly what you needed to do. It's going to crunch them numbers. It's going to get it right every time.
And I've been paying these people out here,
Every
man,
time.
hundreds of dollars.
People be using AI for crazy stuff. Logos and change the picture, put bunny
That's
ears
what
on
I'm
this
saying.
person. Look, come on,
Using
man.
it for goofy stuff.
I'm telling you what to do with it.
I'm on that.
You use it for that, you're going to be good.
That's
Come
genius.
on, man. I'm telling
That's
you.
genius. I never even thought about it.
Hey, man. Did y'all know y'all can use AI to do y'all taxes?
Man, you lying,
Like,
man.
literally.
Stop lying.
You just put the numbers in there, crunch the numbers for you, and they get it right every
I
time.
didn't know that.
And you
Yeah,
telling me it's gonna work for my taxes too? Cause that's genius right there. Man, listen to what I'm saying. People out here using AI for putting bunny ears on people, all kind of crazy stuff. Man, that boy know what he talking about. Logos, use it for that.
That boy know what he is talking about.
Boy, you're smart. I appreciate you, bro.
That's
I
true
know
intelligence
I
right there.
really be thinking deep about this.
That's true intelligence.
You know what I'm saying? And when I started doing it, I was like, should I gatekeep it? Should I tell people?
All right, the music is coming in, so I gotta not play it. But I thought this was hilarious. Let me catch up on the chat. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts about this. D, you're doing great. You have fans of other teams watching. I appreciate you. Keep fun. D, as someone who's part of Replay, you did mention in one of your earlier videos of the past session about your journey. Yeah, I just like to go back to the journey just to show people, that it wasn't just like I just jumped on the scene and then people was watching. So I just thought it was feeling. Justin Fields traded to the Chiefs. How about that, man? Did the Jets sign any quarterbacks? Did the Jets sign any quarterbacks? Oh, at least we know Justin Fields will be able to be developed. We know he'll be able to be developed. So I think that's good on him getting away from the Jets. I don't know what. Maybe they're going Ty Simpson. I don't know. Maybe they're sold on Ty Simpson. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to combine my music artist channel and my channel, being hesitant about it, but it'll be the first steps. You got this. You got this. Blind Beauty, is that the name of your channel? Is Blind Beauty the name of your channel? If so, I'll definitely tap in for sure. Michael B from Newark, New Jersey, for real. D, you're an inspiration. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you. That's how they do, for real. That is funny and real, for real. People better stop putting all their info into AI. You never know where it will end up. I agree with that. Yeah, the Jets took Geno. Okay, I forgot about Geno. He did get traded there. Okay, thank you, Tessa. Shout out to you. I appreciate that. Shout out to you, Tessa. I forgot they did that.
Well.
Shout out to you, Tessa. I forgot they even got Geno. I forgot they got Geno. Fields to Kansas City. That's good for him. I think that's a good landing spot for him because you want to go somewhere where people are going to appreciate you. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. I agree with that. I heard Russell Wilson is going to the Chiefs. I agree with that. That's exactly how it be. Y'all know I go through this. Y'all know I go through this. So I got it's let's see. The date on your post, 11-3, Earl DePearl said the same game, maybe against the Raiders. That was the first time he said he wanted Shador as the QB for the Browns. Let me go through it again. The date on your post, 11-3-24, Earl DePearl said the same game, maybe against the Raiders. That was the first time he said he wanted Shador as a QB for the Browns. Yeah, a long time ago, I was like, we got to get Shador. Shador is the guy. I'm like, that's what we got to get. And if you go to my earlier stuff, you will see me saying it. You will see me saying that a lot. You can't create a private instance of AI that does not leak your info or requests, but most people don't know how to do it. I'm trying to get my Claude set up, but I'm not going to use it for the reason people using it. But I'm definitely working towards that. Shanithia, what's going
Broncos
on?
country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Come to Off the Record D, where we going to read your super chats. Your voice is going to be heard. Wilson is going to Kansas City too. That's interesting. Did you see Simpson's interview with Stephen A? Stephen was selling him different. I thought, what is he good at? Find me those traits. Maybe he got similar traits as Fernando Mendoza. His traits are he doesn't throw across the middle and turn the ball over. I don't know. I didn't even watch it. Stephen A. Smith is. It's hard for me to watch him long form, y'all. I don't mean it's in no way for him. I don't mean it's in no way like as a knock to him. I want to see him keep having whatever he views as success for himself, but it's hard for me to watch Stephen A. long form. Very, very hard for me to watch Stephen A. long form. I'm telling you, very hard. Big Time Blind Beauty, both channels will show up. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna definitely tap in. I think I can do it on here while we talking. I think I can do it here. Let's go to my YouTube. Right here. I thought this was funny, and then it made me think about something that I said. So I think let me start this right. I need to do a better job of explaining. I need to do a better job of explaining where I'm coming from in instances. So everyone could be on the same page of how I'm viewing something. So for instance, I said I'm your favorite streamer's favorite streamer. Now, when I said that, I knew exactly what I meant by it. And I knew that a hit dog will holler, but if it wasn't for you, you just let it fly. So let's get to this. Let me put this down. Let me put this up. So I remember when I did this stream, it's 11 days ago. I remember at the very beginning of the stream, somebody came into the chat. Britt, hit the tell me whose video it is, and then I'll definitely look it up and I'll add it to my list. Somebody came into the chat and said, Loretta, what's going on? Somebody said, oh, is this clickbait? You got me, clickbait. And I was like, nah, let me know. I said, let me know at the end. Let me know at the end if it's clickbait. And I said, when this gets over 1,000 views, that's when people take the ideas. And I'm just putting this out there so y'all understand that this not coming from a place of bitterness. This is just coming from a place of when I say something on stream, I am very comfortable with what I'm saying and I'm releasing it. So y'all remember the thing on TikTok? It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, release him. That's how I feel. So by the time I'm having a conversation with y'all, it's released. I'm not viewing it the same way. Sometimes I just say it early And then people think I'm triggered or I feel anyway. And I'm like, nah, y'all don't know. I get my enjoyment from talking to y'all 3 times a week, not from starting drama or all that stuff. And I don't feel dejected from those things because I work to avoid it. So the thing is, if you just look at this title, Cleveland Media Access Denied, you won't be able to unsee it. But a lot of people took this title, they took things I said here, and they used it. And this is not a thing to throw shade at people. This is just to let you know when I say I'm the favorite streamer's favorite streamer, is because they do, let's call it, borrow ideas or stuff that I come up with. Just like in the video. Just like in the video that we just played. So just wanted to talk y'all through that. So I don't want y'all to feel alarmed if y'all hear me say certain things. Just know that by the time I'm saying it to you, I'm releasing it. I'm past any of the anger or any of the pain or any of that stuff. So just to let y'all know, I'm good. I told y'all, sleeping like a baby over here. Sleeping like a baby, y'all. So just want to clarify that. D, they do be taking your stuff. Now everybody's saying Cleveland Media Access Denied. We heard it from you first. That's all it is. And I know how it works. I know people see things and they see it pop and then they go repeat it. That's perfectly fine. Just tell people where you got it from. That's all. You got it from your favorite streamer. Tom Brady championship mindset, Daniel Cormier. Okay, perfect. Shout out to you, Brent. It's hard for me to watch Stephen A. Smith because of his hairline, let alone. I cannot say much about hairlines. My hairline is not the best, so I'm not going to. I know my lane. I know my lane. Very true. I've been seeing certain things, but I ain't saying nothing. Yeah, and this is not for y'all to, this is not to create a beef or to go back and forth with people or anything, because I'm letting y'all know it doesn't affect me like some people would think. So I don't want y'all to feel like I don't want y'all to feel like y'all gotta go lash out at people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just letting y'all know it's gonna happen. And I'm going to move accordingly because it happens. So just want to let y'all know. They borrow ideas like my son borrowed his phone back when he was grounded. For real. Oh, no. Correction, me and me go, yeah, they do. Not even borrowing, remixing. For real. For real. I just want to let y'all know that. I want to let y'all know that. So if y'all hear me say certain things, I don't want you to feel like triggered by it or anything like that. Copycat League is really can be construed as flattering, for real. Been seeing it, I just be looking, for real. That's what I want y'all to do. Just I don't want y'all to go, you know what I'm saying, dropping comments on people's stuff. You don't got to do that. Just I want y'all to remember this. I watch a lot of stuff to just where you focus on your mental, and I'm going to tell you, I saw something that really gave me a great perspective of how to look at this. It was, you're doing something right if people take ideas from you. And you never want to get to a point where they don't see the value in taking your ideas. I heard somebody say that, and I was like, man, that is so true. And they followed that up with, if they have to wait for your ideas to come out, they're always in second place. And when I heard that, the anger, the upset, whatever I felt at first, I just let it go. I just let it go. So I don't want y'all to feel no type of way, even though, I'm a joke. I'm a jokey joke. You know what I'm saying? So if I joke about it, I don't want y'all to feel no type of way. Just a moment of clarity. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving forward. So we got past that. I used to do a segment, if y'all remember, last summer, I used to do a segment called Comment Creeping. And for a while, comment creeping, I would kind of just focus on like trolls and stuff like that. But then I noticed people would use it as a way to be seen. So I kind of did something different for comment creeping today. I did something different. Let me show y'all. So again, this is not to go and attack a person. So I didn't put the person's name. I slightly changed how they said it, but left their main points there. Oh, what's going on, Wet 11's? Not sure if I said it to you. What's going on, Wet 11's? So with this is just a good conversation. I thought this was a good conversation. Hopefully y'all can see it clearly. But if not, I'm going to read it to y'all. This is comment creeping. We like you, we love you, and accept your hairline. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Blind Beauty. I appreciate you. That's true, D. Always trying to catch up. For real. And I'm telling y'all, once I heard that, something switched, and I was like, oh, this is something I could joke about because I let it go. All right, so comment creeping. So I got this comment. I initially responded to it. Then I deleted my comment, and I said, this is a good conversation piece. So this is what it says. And actually, I have a poll that I'm going to put in for y'all right now. Let me drop the poll in. All right, so the poll is in the chat. Start thinking about that poll. Read it, vote on it. So this is what it says. It says, please don't tell people to stay on that side. That means keep Hayden 12. He's a young man. They talked about a former Browns QB who talked about how his mental was affected by Cleveland media. We are people of God. We love when people change their mind and come to the light. Please don't tell people to stay on that side. Our tent is big enough. Now, so it's a lot there, but I want to stick to just the main point of it for me. The main point of it for me is, do you believe me telling people to stay on that side will stop people from hating on Shador? Because I want to get y'all view on this. Jamie Foxx, Cleveland A. Smith skits are funny, for real. Jamie Foxx is really good at impersonating people and using their voice, which is really good. That's a different level of skill set. See, me, I can remember and I can say things, but changing my voice, I'm not able to do it. 10 can be big, but they'll choose to hate anyway. People will be people at the end of that day. I agree with that. I remember seeing that comment. Yeah, Casey, I responded to it, and then I took my response down because I said, I got to bring this to the people. I got to see how y'all view this, because eliminate the gray. It's easy to say we tackle the tough conversations without actually going to it. No, state exactly where you're at. Honestly, I share the same perspective as the commenter. Okay. Instead of addressing the haters directly, they're worried about telling someone to stay on that side. Interesting. I'll let y'all vote. I'll keep reading the comments as it's coming in, and then I'll tell y'all my perspective on this. No, it doesn't matter what he does. They're going to be who they are. Just don't like him the same way they feel about Prime. You got a really good point there, Black Pearl. Really good point there. Really good point. Now, I'll start giving y'all my view because I gave y'all some time to vote on it. The first thing is, people are going to be people. So does good minds think alike? Is it a false statement? I've seen several content creators say or have the same opinions as statements that I've made in the past and present. I would say this. I would say to a degree, I believe that's true, but I would say with the tools that YouTube provides for content creators in the back office, I think you will be giving people the benefit of the doubt if you viewed it that way, Arjizzle. So in YouTube's back office, one day I might show this to you. I might give y'all like a behind the scenes of YouTube. So in the back office of YouTube, they track the people, your subscribers. And your subscribers, they break it down. They give you the top content creators that your subscribers watch. They also give you content ideas that has worked for other content creators that they believe your viewers will like. So if it's just two people having the same opinions, never had the opportunity to cross paths and see it, then I would agree with you, Arjizzle. But what YouTube has in the back office, I don't believe that as much. I don't believe that as much, Art Jizzle. I disagree because they treated 12 so awful for no reason. I'm sorry, I don't want demons on my side. I see what y'all. Jason Lloyd doesn't like Shador for no reason, and Nick Wright doesn't like a confident quarterback. Look at how he tears down Jalen Hurts. If a person is that slow to catch up, then they can stay on that side. Nick Wright has disliked Shador since Colorado. Justin Fields going to the Chiefs, just something to keep your eye on how they're going to use him, because I think they're going to use him in the run game. I think they are. I think they're going to get a clean slate there. And Gardner Minshew, the backup, left. People can change their mind, but the impact of what they did prior remains. Admitting harm will be key, especially those who called us a call. Here's my take. It's not about the haters. They try to force you into reacting to them. I just focus on my agenda and how I want to lead. Eventually, folks will hop on the bandwagon. People showed you who they are when they were unnecessarily evil, so please stay over there. Nice. I like what y'all saying. These are my takes. I'm going to tell you this. I'm not saying people can't change. I'm saying I'm not waiting for anybody to change. I'm not trying to influence anyone to change. People change because they want to change. So I'll say that first. Next, I'll say, if I draw this to the lens of how you do anything else in life, you would immediately not give the people the same level of benefit of the doubt. And I'll give you some proof. Okay. If you've ever been bit by a dog, you proceed with caution, even when people say, my dog doesn't bite. Every dog has teeth and a mouth. They are capable of biting. After you've been bit by a dog, you don't wait to see which ones bite and which ones don't. You proceed with caution. If you've ever been bit by a snake is around. You treat every snake the same. You do not say, well, maybe this is the one that won't attack me. So I look at it like this. A dog is a dog, even if they didn't bite anybody that day. A snake is a snake, even if they didn't bite anyone that day. A tiger cannot change their stripes. They're a tiger. So, quick recap. I don't look for them to change. I don't expect people to change. People decide if they want to change, and it's up to the individual. Also, I view you based on what you have shown. So if you are a dog that can bite, I will treat you accordingly. And also, whether I say a dog can bite or not, dogs will still bite. So even if I never say dogs can bite, does that mean no person will ever get bitten again by a dog? No. No. So if you want to know how I view it, that's how I view it. This is the thing. I think people think the energy is more on you. So people think that, oh, if you see it as energy, if I believe somebody is playing a role to get views, if you notice, it's people that I don't even talk about anymore. It's a person named to start with Q and his first name start with C. Y'all have never seen me show him on my stream. Emmanuel Acho. Since that day, have y'all seen me play anything on my stream for Emmanuel Acho? Y'all haven't. So it's not the energy. It's not the energy that people think. D, I missed it. Say it again. Dogs have a mouth and they have teeth. They are capable of biting. I'm not going to be the one that tries to determine which dog will bite that day. Keith Hunt is telling you, used to be a letter carrier, been bit several times. Can Keith Hunt, while he's doing his job, go through and say, well, that dog looked like it might not bite. No. That's not how we live real life, y'all. We keep records of things for a reason. Let's take it off of animals, and I'm gonna catch up on the chat. Let's take it off of animals and let's go to what people do in life. If you have poor credit, does the bank say, you know what? You haven't paid all these people like you agreed to. I'm going to take a chance on you. Does the bank do that? When you want to go get a car loan? When you want to get a mortgage for a house? Does the bank say, you know what? I think it's something about you now that you are not going to do what you've done in the past. They just deny you. Y'all want more life examples? Let's look at somebody. Who've made mistakes previously in life. They say you can't live in certain areas because of the mistakes you made previously. Do they say, I think you might have changed? Let's keep it going. When you get to a certain point in life and you want to be away from the riffraff, what do you do? How do you look to buy a home? The first thing you look it up, is it safe? How many crimes happen in the area? How much violent crime has happened in the last 15 years? What type of expansion are they doing? Why would that matter? If you're not giving it any energy, right? Nope. Remember, you getting away from the riffraff. You're not running to the riffraff. You're looking for safety. You're looking for ease of access. How long it's going to take you to get to work? When it comes time to vote, are you going to be able to go to voting stations comfortably? You making a decision through all those things. Not saying I could just go to the worst and make the best of it. So in no part of life do we do things that way. Just think about it, y'all. Let me catch up on the chat. I thought that was a great conversation. So I wanted to bring that out. Let me catch up. I think I'm way behind on the chat, y'all. So let me catch up. I think I left off. I remember reading that. Here we go. I remember reading that. I read that. People will think and behave how they want to, no matter what anyone says, i.e. the election. Just saying. A person can change their opinion, but I felt like saying stay on that side as at least be honest about it. I think that's fair. Stay on that side versus 2 Corinthians 6:17-8, 2 Corinthians 6:14. All right, I don't want to lose this. I'm going to take a quick picture. I want to check that out. Keep on. Sorry. Okay. I don't want to lose that. What I find interesting is how many times the QB is rotated amongst teams. Justin Fields is a perfect example. So why would Shador do so many people not want him in the league? That was another sticking point for me where I was like, look, they're not going to, I'm not just going to sit back while they push him out the league. They have teeth, and I don't want to be the first person he's bitten. For real. Exactly. Every dog will bite. That is so true. Even Jesus picked a side. A dog or a snake can be in human form, so no. Don't give haters any energy. I just laugh at them. There are honest people who like and some don't like, but the media is clearly biased and not legit. The boy can ball, and they still out there biting our boy and hating on our boy. For real. There are plenty of them out there. I agree with that. You saw what Shador did with nothing. No support, no weapons, nothing. And he produced. That's what those bigoted folks are afraid of. Oh, yeah, we're here. Honestly, what we see in the world outside of football is what we see on steroids in the NFL. For real. Capitalism, elitism, lack of humanity. It is not a meritocracy they try to feed us. I've been saying that from the beginning. Stay on that side is a saying, not a change mechanism. I want the opinions of Shador to change. Some people may never like him, but they can say he's a darn good player. I like that. To say our boy is statistically worse QB from the draft as someone who didn't watch the games and only read box scores. Even his losses, he was doing everything in his soul to move to positive. I agree. Really takes discerning Who's genuine, who's not. I agree. Key Mathis, loan denied. The bank not going to take the chance on you. They're not honest. You don't invite dishonest people into your house. If you do, you can't complain when they stab you in the back. For real. House and car was paid in cash. Selmo Fudd. Okay, big money.
I got money.
Selmo Fudd said, I'm sorry, I don't have those problems. Definitely not a meritocracy, and I don't know why they tried to use that. Way too many people politicking for it to be a full merit-based career, for real. That's any job, heavy politics where I work. I have seen fans from different sports all over the world. You got the Kool-Aid drinkers, the constant underdog, but I've never seen the lying hate by one's hometown media anywhere. It's different. I say stay on that side because most of the hate and criticism Shedeur receives is not based on football, it's on emotions, feelings, and that's dangerous because have all these people don't even know him, for real. Now, that was a flex. Now, I just thought this was a good, Selmo Fudd. Selmo Fudd hit us with something, didn't he?
I got money.
I'm halfway there, Selmo Fudd. The car is paid for. The house ain't in cash yet, but Selmo Fudd, you give me something to work towards. I thought this was a good conversation, y'all. I thought this was a good conversation. So, content creeping is something that I want to bring back, but I want to make sure I'm doing it in a responsible way when we do content creeping. I don't want to highlight the person who made the comment to send anything their way. So, moving forward, when I do comment creeping, we're going to take the gist of what they say, and then we're going to have a conversation about it. Because I think this is interesting. I like to get your view on it as we continue to have our conversations. So shout out to y'all for participating. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. There's a team here in Brazil that every year in last place, near being relegated to a lower division. Even the media here cheers for them to get that win to get out of last place. Man. Last week I was talking about how people bring up everything that happened prior to this regime being here, and they put all of that on them. And I have a big issue with that. Grade them for what they do. Grade them for what they do now. In any other industry, we never grade people for what other people did. Usually, it's a simple way to look at it. Coaches don't win 6 Super Bowls in a row and then get fired. If a team is changing coaches, change needs to be there in most cases, not all cases. Most, not all. So, if you know a coach is going into a situation that just had to get rid of a coach, how can you put the previous coach's L's on that new coach? How can you put the previous mistakes by the players on the new players? That's an easy thing that people do with the Browns. But to me, going back to what the Browns did since 1999 don't make sense. It don't make sense. Go back to what they did to where this group was in charge. Just look at the teams who've recently turned things around. A lot of these teams got rid of coaches, had long times where they weren't good. They got a new coach in there, and a new coach turned it around. Marie, what is going on?
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Marie, funny enough, we having a conversation about your intro from Comment Creeping. So definitely, when you get a chance, rewind it back a little bit and check that out for sure. What's going on, Marie? Glad to have you here. Glad to have you. I thought that was a great conversation, though. But then look at it. Let's look at teams. Let's look at the Rams before they got Sean McVay. What were they? Let's look at the Patriots, what they were after Tom Brady. Let's look at the Philadelphia Eagles were in a drought until they got it turned around. The Chiefs were in a drought before they got it turned around with Andy Reid. So if you just go based on what happened previously, then you are not giving the new people a fair shot. You are not giving them a fair shot. Maurice, what's going on? I'll be driving, so I'm listening. Okay, stay safe out there on the road, Marie. Definitely stay safe out there. You look at Tampa Bay before Tom Brady got there. So I try to look at people based on their time in charge. If you fall for that habit of always doing that, what you're doing is you are writing off the team before it even happens. Tessa, talk to me. The Bears are a great example. The Bears was a messed up field goal away from advancing in the playoffs. Then they had some downtime. Then they had Justin Fields, and they weren't all bought in on Justin Fields. Then they were down. Then they turned it around. So if you always are looking at what the last regime did and throwing on a new regime, you might as well say you don't believe in the new people in charge. And I think that's doing a disservice to the people who are in charge. Is Todd Monken anything like Kevin Stefanski from what we've seen so far? Does the energy around the building in Cleveland and Berea seem different than what it did last year? Are the players speaking with more passion? Are they explaining? They have a clear vision and a clear understanding of what the expectation is for them? So just think about that, y'all, before you just lump everything in. Agreed, D. The Commanders, the Lions, everyone has to start somewhere. That's it. And then once you really start going through, you realize that at some point they had to turn it around. So that's my talk on lumping it all together. Let's keep it moving forward, y'all. Let's keep it moving forward. Let me go here. Let's switch this out on the screen. Let's get this down. Let's go here. Let's get you down, and let's get you showing. Here we go. I'm sorry, D. People can't change. Honestly, I was a horrible person in character and opinions. I thank God he saw the best of me. My concern is the displayed hypocrisy. I agree with that. And remember, I started by saying people can change. I don't wait for people to change. Because if you wait for people to change, you'll be waiting a long time because it's on their time. So I understand people do change. I understand people can change. I don't wait for them to change. I deal with them if they change. That's how I do it. Because remember, I'm a person, one of my sayings is, I can't save the world. That's one of my sayings. And what that means is, I focus on things that I have control of. I have control of how I carry myself, how I handle myself, how I live, how an example, how I speak, all those things. I cannot control when a person inside of their heart decides they want to do something different. And I fully understand that. So people can change. I don't bank on it. I just act accordingly when it happens. You're right. Browns media is toxic. Just the idea of winning is like COVID to the Cleveland media. They don't want it. D, why do you think they want to stay bad? Because this what I think they want. That's a really good question. Really good question. They want to show up and be mediocre. They want to be mediocre. That's what it is. They don't want to get better. They don't want to put in work. They don't want to get a better understanding. All these years, the Cleveland media has never had a microscope on it. What do people do? For all these years, as a Cleveland Browns fan, they just write off the Browns. Nobody really talk about them. Even when the Browns deserved to be talked about. Even when they deserved to be talked about, they didn't talk about us. So now with Shedeur being here, part of the reason I believe they want Shedeur gone is because they want the microscope off of Cleveland. They don't want people looking at what they say. They don't want people pulling receipts on what they say. Remember I played y'all Low, and he was talking about Stephen A. And Stephen A. has found a position where if you're on TV every single day, nobody gonna pull up receipts on you, and they know it doesn't have to make sense. So they don't want the spotlight on them. They want to be able to, they want to be able to just be mediocre in peace. Leave me alone. Let me get my 300 views per stream and let me live, and let me get my same paycheck. A lot of these people who have issues about winning or losing in Cleveland in the media, it's because they get paid. They're on salary. They couldn't care less if we good or bad. Let me go through one of the traps of salary for people who don't have that drive inside of them is they know it doesn't matter what they do for a while, they still gonna get that check. I'm not wired that way. Some people are. So they don't want the microscope there. They don't want it there. They don't want nobody looking. All the stuff they've said, they haven't really changed that much. If I'm being honest with y'all, it's not like they turned into different people because everybody's seeing them. They didn't turn into different people. They are who they are. They just were this way with nobody saying anything. So that's my answer to that question. That was a good question. It seems like they only want to win with whom they want to win with. See, this is the thing. I don't even think they want to win. I think they'd rather talk about losing. They feel more comfortable talking about losing. Do y'all remember when I used to just go on those rants and say, this is loser mentality? Think about it. What is everybody's solution who has negative views on the Browns? Tank. Go lose next year. That is a loser mentality. I don't think they want to win. I don't think it's about winning with who they want to win with. I think they want to just, hey, let me sit in the shadows, collect my paycheck, and nobody notice. That's what they want. I dislike those two guys the most. It's something in Cleveland sports media water. They are all clones of each other. The only one who thinks for themselves is Earl. He needs a weekday show. Yeah, Earl is another one, evolution, because Earl was behind the boards and now he's out there in front. And y'all want to know a secret? I'm going to tell y'all a secret. Remember I told y'all about, the AI writing articles and stuff, and, you kind of expose situations. I got another secret for y'all. And I'm sorry. When I say this to you, you will not be able to unsee or unhear it. Do y'all want the secret? Let me know. Let me know if y'all want the secret. Let me know. If y'all want the secret, I'm going to tell you the secret. If y'all don't want the secret, I'll let you continue to watch, all the media and all that stuff how you normally do. But it's going to change how you view things. Shanithia says, yes, we won't tell anyone. This is the secret, y'all. Do y'all remember I said people are microphones? And I said they're not giving you their own thoughts. They're just repeating what they heard. Y'all remember a while ago I said that? And it's one of those things that I say that don't really make sense. And everybody's like, it was the nicest way I can say they don't have their own thoughts. They don't have their own thoughts. Now what has happened is the Browns cut the water off. Now they got to have their own thoughts. And you see they're circling. They don't have any true thoughts. They don't have any thoughts. So that's the first thing. The first thing is they're microphones. They're not opinionists. The second thing is I'll even explain to y'all why y'all are so drawn to me. Even if you don't agree with everything I say, every time you tune in, I'm going to make my opinion clear. So now look at what you're looking at. One side is a microphone that only amplifies what they've heard. The other side is actually giving you an opinion. If you put everybody in two buckets that you watch when it comes to Cleveland media, you're going to see you got to put a bunch of people in the bucket of only being microphones. And you're going to see it's going to be only a select few people who actually have an opinion and are giving you original thoughts. Now that that's out the bag, y'all will not be able to unhear and unsee this. It's there. Y'all are going to see it. And I'm telling you, it's going to change. You're not going to be able to look at these people the same way. You're going to go right down the list and you're going to be looking like same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing. You're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to unsee this. So I'm hesitant to just say stuff because when you see it, it ain't no turning it off, y'all. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. I said in Patreon, I said, you're not going to be able to unsee people who have remix things that I said. Now you can't unsee it. It's almost like it pops out to you. Think about when you go, if you've ever bought a brand new car before and it was a car that you've never driven. So like, if you always drove Hondas and then you went and got a Lexus. Once you got that Lexus, you saw every Lexus on the street. You saw every Lexus. Every Lexus was there, popped up. Now you couldn't stop seeing Lexuses. When you was driving your Honda, you ain't see nothing but Hondas and a few Lexuses. It changes your perspective. So this is going to change our perspective. You got microphones and you have people that have an opinion. It's less people that have an opinion than there are microphones. They're just going to repeat it. They're just going to repeat what they hear. So it's out there. You can't unsee it. Let me catch up on the chat. We're going to keep this thing moving forward. I don't want to mess this thing up for y'all, but hey, y'all said y'all wanted the secret, so I put the secret out there. You can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. Where we leave off at? Put the spotlight on ownership, not themselves. They have been negative since day one. I found them over a year ago, and they have not changed. They have not. Zed, I like him better than Dix for sure. I didn't see who you mentioned. Let's see. Earl on 92.3 The Fan every day. Shout out to Earl. I didn't know he was on there every day. They are so used to losing that they don't know how to have a winning mentality. And the sad part about it, they seem like they don't want to. They don't want a winning mentality. I don't know. They didn't want to win with Baker either. I tell y'all, they don't really care about winning. They don't care. My sentiment for flip-floppers and fence riders, a double-minded man is unstable in all ways. Bible. You can't serve two masters. Only a couple people have original thoughts. For real. Asante, what's going on? Y'all see? I'm telling y'all, once I put these things out there, they seem way out there, but once they out there and it's in your brain and you really think about it, you can never look at them the same. You can never look at them the same. Original thoughts, bucket and parrots, you can have a conversation with both, but only one you're going to get anywhere. Tool man, for real. It's true. It's all the same, for real. I've been looking at them differently since Shador started. 98% of them sound the same. Majority not worth listening to. Hey, look, I'm not trying to mess up or ruin y'all listening experience, but I'm just putting it out there. That's why it's kind of easy for me to listen to like something like 92.3 The Fan to react to versus listening to this as a consumer of their content. I cannot listen to this as a consumer of their content. Y'all want to know how bad it is? This is what we going to do. I'm going to put it to the test, y'all. This is what we going to do. This video, I'm not going to play more than 10 seconds of this video. I'm going to play 10 seconds, y'all. I'm going to stop this video at the 10-second mark. 10 seconds. And I want y'all respond in the chat if you've heard anyone else speak this way in Cleveland. I'm only giving them 10 seconds. I promise. 10 seconds, and we're going to move right off of this video. 10 seconds. I want y'all to get ready. Shador will take the win out of their losers mentality, and giving Shador praise will hurt them to their core. For real. They so cold, they tarnished Baker's reputation before that extension could be signed. Media did not help the situation. Not at all. So now they bringing up JJ McCarthy. Man, y'all remember in the Jay-Z battle? Jay-Z said something to the effect of, y'all not worth it. I'm going to just let the bars live. And I'm going to let the beat live and just let the beat play. He didn't even respond. That's where I'm at with JJ McCarthy. I'm just going to let the beat play. No to JJ McCarthy. Thank God he gave us choices. For real. For real. 10 seconds, y'all. Y'all ready? 10 seconds. Only 10 seconds of this video after we put the secret out there. I'm only going to play 10 seconds, y'all. And I'm going to stop it right at 10 seconds. It don't matter what they're saying or where they're at. And then we're going to move on to the next video. Let me know what y'all think about if you've heard anything similar anywhere else, or if this is original thought right here, y'all. Here we go. 10 seconds only.
It's becoming clearer and clearer that the plan at quarterback might be all of our worst fears combined.
Dude, can we talk?
10 seconds, y'all. 10 seconds. Is that his thought? Is that his thought? Or is this a lot of people's thought in the Cleveland media? 10 seconds, y'all. Only 10 seconds. Only 10 seconds, y'all. That's all. 10 seconds. That's all we need to hear. Shador already said, if you're not looking to change the culture, I'm not your guy. For real. Winning is contagious, but losing is too. And this media feeds on L's and doesn't want W's. We not a Super Bowl team because the team still has to bond. And when that happens, you will see them winning. For real. Foolishness as usual, for real. 92.3 The Fan. Their shows all have the same talking points. Are the topics mostly brought by the host or producers? They only want controversial takes, which mean anything anti-Shador. They are brought by the producers. It was somebody else that told y'all, if you are watching a certain show with 3 to 4 people on a panel and you don't like the topics, who did I tell y'all was responsible for the topics? The producers. The producers. So, hey, look, y'all. I'm just going to put it out there and let you receive it, deal with it how you choose. But I'm just going to tell you what it is. It's the same as watching The View. Group thought. Cleveland Media. Heard that like 8 times in 2 weeks. Shador also said their opinions don't matter. Joanna, I agree with you. Is Cleveland on a 51st dates mentality? If so, the culture shift has come, and the grace to change is here from them. Change is coming. I got my popcorn and cold drink. I'm watching. For real. If they were fair, players wouldn't mind engaging with them, but they're so antagonist, players view them as the ops. Story was Stefanski voted worst coach by his players, but crickets. CO7111, we didn't hear that much about them. You see it, Cedric. McNuggets in that case. Wet 11s. Oh, Lord, help us. The nerve of an 8-26 team to act this way over a quarterback, for real. Is the NY media as bad as Cleveland? I don't think the New York media is as negative as Cleveland. I think the New York media pushes and fights through when you try to BS them. So last year, I was watching some Aaron Glenn press conferences because I had that same thought. I was like, is it just us or is this other places? So I started watching the Tennessee Titans. I started watching New York media. And to me, they just not tolerating the stuff that they tolerate in Cleveland. They weren't tolerating it. They were pressing Aaron Glenn because Aaron Glenn would not answer questions about people being playing or not playing or anything like that. So I don't think they're as negative. I think they're more aggressive in New York. That's how I would term them. I think they're more aggressive than they are negative. Different shows, all of them have same message over and over. I'm telling y'all, I didn't want to tell y'all because I didn't want y'all to really see it, but now that you see it, the cat is out the bag. Asante, what's going on? What's going on? Asante, I see you. I see you, Asante, my bad. Wait, what? Worst fear come true. What is happening? What did I miss? Marie, I was showing how the Cleveland media does not have true independent thought. There are microphones, which are people who are just there to amplify what they've been told. And then there are people who have original thought. And I said, if you look at the two buckets, if you look at, if you looked at how many people are just microphones and how many people have true opinions, one side is way heavier than the other. Daryl, just a few weeks ago, believed Shador was the guy in 26. Now is annoyed by the fact. Cleveland is more negative. I knew Cleveland media was a problem when the owner of the Browns came out and addressed them, for real. We could probably listen in and wouldn't be nearly this bad in New York. I'm telling y'all, I started listening to other stations because I was like, is Cleveland like this? Is it just Cleveland? And I was listening into the top teams of the draft last year. So I listened to the Titans. I listened to the Giants. I listened to the Jets. The top teams, I was listening. The media is different. What's going on, Asante? My bad. I know Shador has to sit back sometimes and ask God, how did I end up in Cleveland with this toxic media while Cam Ward and every other player drafted with him are getting a red carpet treatment. That's all we need from them. Let me get that off the screen. That's all we need from them. I just wanted to show y'all. Let me pause this.
And then
now we're going to get to the actual Browns players. We're going to get to this thing. But first, Black Pearl got something to say. Whoops, I almost had to be right back.
Oh, my God.
I got money.
Thank you for all your support, Black Pearl. I appreciate you. These people keep talking about a QB competition. How can there be a competition when all the QBs there are pushing for it? J.J. McCarthy, Anthony Richardson, Ty Simpson are not better now and wasn't better than Shedeur in college. It doesn't make sense. That's why I'm like, we don't need to have these quarterback competitions no more. We don't need to have them because people are just showing their lack of understanding. So we don't need to have them. Shout out to Black Pearl. It don't make sense. It does not make sense. I dropped off for 2 minutes, then I hear Daryl. We done with them. No media is bad as Cleveland. I would agree with that. You can't even have a frank conversation with this media or they will nail you to the cross. I love AB, my brother. AB is putting it together, y'all. AB is putting it together. Winning won't stop them from talking QBs next year either. The spin will be he's a 5th round pick. We need a 1st rounder to lead us. Not when they win them 9 or 10 games, Cedric. when we sitting at pick 20 something, it ain't gonna work. Now when we win those 9 or 10 games, they will on the night of the Super Bowl after an undefeated team be talking about how another QB will be better than what we got. For real, to it, man. Ratings equals Shedeur Sanders. Always find an angle to incorporate Shedeur Sanders in your opinions. Producers, I agree with that. Cleveland is one of the most not YouTube-friendly, condescending, passive-aggressive cities in America. Sante, you know, born and raised there. Spent the first 30 years of my life there. You know I know what you're talking about. All this offseason talk we will see with our own eyes soon. It's exhausting. See, I try not to internalize it because I know so much of it is not worth it. Let me think of the best way to say this. It'll come to me the best way to say it. Think about it like this. This is kind of how I look at it. So, let's go back to the Jason Lloyd thing. A lot of people here have children, right? I agree with you, Sunday. I spent my whole life here. I see it and feel it. I agree with you. A lot of people with children. This is kind of how I view the Cleveland media stuff, so I'm not exhausted by it. I think about it like this. First off, when I get to the point where I just don't listen to that person anymore. But if you got kids, the first time you tell your kid, get off the TV, go do your homework, how do you say it? Get off the TV, go do your homework. The second time, you got to tell your kid, get off that TV now, go do that homework. You go do something else. You come back. Headphone people, protect your ears. That third time you got to say, get off that TV. They look. Go do your homework. Now, let's go to Cleveland media. The first time I highlighted Jason Lloyd was Jason Lloyd don't know what he's talking about, y'all. He don't know what he's talking about. Second time, I'm telling y'all about Jason Lloyd. Jason Lloyd don't know what he's talking about. He doesn't even understand the stat EPA that he is using. The third time I had to talk about Jason Lloyd and his lack of understanding. At that point, I'm just like the third time I'm talking to my kid, telling them to go do the homework. Protect your ears. Jason Lloyd don't know what he's talking about. Now, the message is the same. The volume is different. The view is the same. Once I'm to the point where I'm saying that I'm getting to that third level of Jason Lloyd don't know what he's talking about, that's the only way I can say it. But I'm not any more frustrated than I was the first time I said Jason Lloyd don't know what he's talking about. So to a lot of people, as they got to keep saying it, they grow more frustrated. I understand that people receive things differently. If you got multiple kids, you know what I'm talking about. You got one kid that if you just look at them, you don't got to tell them what to do. They just get right to it. They don't want no smoke. You got a second kid. Oh, we can get to the press conference as soon as I finish this. You got a second kid. Second kid tests you a little bit. So you got to be more stern with them. By the time that third kid that don't know no restrictions, don't know the rules and all this stuff, you're yelling at them. So that's how I view it. That's why I'm not exhausted, because I always looked at it like they don't know what they're talking about. Even if the volume and temperature changes, even if it's different with how I say it. So that's why it's not exhausting for me. That's why I tell y'all, I'm asleep good. I sleep good at night. I more so enjoy the interaction and speaking with y'all, regardless of the subject. So something that where people don't understand something and they're speaking like they do, it don't impact me the same way. But that's the best analogy I can give you. Titus Howard. We got to go to him. We got to go to Big Dog. All right, let me get Titus Howard up here, y'all. So hopefully that made sense with how it's viewed, or how I view it, and how I'm not frustrated by how they do stuff.
Thank you.
All right, we only about 2 minutes behind, y'all. We only 2 minutes behind, so we're not that far behind. Let's get to it. Let me play it. Let's get it up here. We 2 minutes. I don't know why it's refreshing. We 2 minutes behind. It's refreshing. Let me catch up on the chat, then we're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna enjoy the stream. All right, let's see. D, it's the wins that matter. The narrative will crash and burn. I agree. Cleveland does not need a QB competition. I'm so annoyed with this line of thinking. Forget the crap. Pour into Shador, and let's get things moving. I don't want to hear nothing else. I'm with you. D, how many games for Shador to win QB1? How many games for Shador to win QB1? I think Shador's already QB1, and I think the Browns win between 9 and 10 games. So hopefully I'm understanding you correctly, but that's how I view it. I think he's QB1, and I think they win 9 to 10 games. Enjoying the stream. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. Been navigating for 50 years. Asante is different in Cleveland. Honestly, unless someone gives us a fantastic offer, I will wait and see to trade him. There are 10 players I want in the draft for the team, and maybe 2 to 3. Rest just isn't going to happen. I figured out Cleveland media has no credibility, so I don't listen nor give them energy because they are just gaslighting. Stop watching them, my peeps. Let them talk to themselves. For real, let them talk to themselves. D the Browns, I got that one. They want another QB competition to take first team practice reps from Shador. Browns ain't even a winning organization to be so picky. They should be thankful they got Shador. See, I think what people are doing, what's going on Spiritual War, I think people are tying in the views of the Browns and the media and making it one. And I don't think it's one. I think you could say it's one previously when they were bringing up. I'm still refreshing here. Hold on, y'all. I think they were still one when Kevin Stefanski was here, but I don't think they're still one. I don't know why you loading on us. We really behind. Okay.
You're gonna get the same guy every single day. He's not gonna sugarcoat it.
All right, we're gonna get to it. They got Titus Howard. Even Ravens and Steelers media is more fair about the Browns than the Browns media. I'm in Brazil and have to surf the net, and it's clear. Who has heard Tom Muckett say it is a QB competition? He said they're evaluating position like all. We are excited about the QB room. They take the QB position seriously, etc. They worded it. This is what they did, Shanithia. They asked him a question if it would be an open competition. They asked if it will be an open competition, and he said, why not? So they are taking that and running with it. Tyvus also lost a lot of supporters too. He did. One of the new alignment forgot his name. How is it your rival media is going to be more fair than you, your own media, for real? All right, we got disconnected there for a second, but we back. We are back. All right, let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. This is Titus Howard. He's going to be right tackle. So I was initially saying it might be DeJuan Jones, but DeJuan Jones looks like he's going to be a backup. And it's going to be Titus Howard. Let's go, Titus Howard.
Block for Deshaun Watson in those 2 seasons in Houston. And how do you feel about being reunited with him here? Have you guys kind of talked to each other and just take us through that a little bit, if you will?
Hey, thank you. For the welcome, and my first 2 years in Houston, I blocked for Deshaun, and it was a great experience. That first year in 2019, we won a lot of games, went to the playoffs, and eventually ended up losing in the divisional to the Chiefs. But Deshaun made a lot of plays for us. He's a great player. He's a great guy off the field. So. As a quarterback or lineman, we hung out a lot, off the field, and, on the field we had a good relationship also. But, Deshaun reached out a couple of times and we talked, decided to, block up front and, be able to get on board some time.
And what was that 2020 season like when he led the NFL with 482 something yards or something like that? Like how cool was it for you to be a part of that?
How many yards? 482 something. All right. Detroit Gemini, I really like Titus. Yes, the mindset and mentality of the people that they're bringing in, I really like it. I just saw an article where they said if Cleveland takes Tate, the Giants will take Judy. Okay, don't threaten us with a good time, for real. He's all yours if you want him.
Yeah, he made some crazy plays that year. And we did it with, a lot of guys being hurt that year also, and guys been missing some time at receiver. So we had a lot of guys that got moved up from P squad, and he was still able to go out there and make a ton of plays. And that was his best career of his best year of his career.
Okay, thank you, Titus.
Thank you.
I guess I'm next. Hey, Titus, just wanted to, start with asking you about, how surprised were you that Cleveland was interested in trading for you? And then how much did they sort of talk about the opportunity that you have here with sort of, kind of a wide open canvas in terms of what the offensive line looks like?
When I first found out it was interested, I was surprised, but after being in the building and meeting the coaches and meeting Andrew and seeing the type of people they were and the vision that they had, I wasn't surprised that they would come after me because what they're trying to do is what I'm all about. Also, Coach Warhop, me and him have a great relationship. He coached me in 2022. And, being able to play, for him, I know what I'm going to get every day. I know that he's going to bring the best out of me and require the best out of me. So, being able to come here with a coach like that and, I still want to get better every day. I still want to develop to the best player I can be. And I know that with him as my coach, I knew that, if I come to Cleveland, I'm going to get that every day. And I know I'm going to get better. And, after meeting some of the other staff and, everybody was, just telling me the vision and I bought in and, I'm happy I chose Cleveland and I'm happy that Cleveland wanted me and, I'm excited.
Let me pause them right here. No coaches wanted to come to Cleveland. Remember they was pushing that narrative? Why would players want to come to Cleveland? It sounds like he wants to be here, y'all. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one to hear it. Sounds like he wants to be here. Shout out to Heights. Shout out to John Adams. Mary Kay, new narrative. The new right tackle is close to Deshaun, so the Browns are going to make him QB. For real. Girl, have all the facts before I ask the question. For real. Mary Kay just retired. Shaking my head. I'm all for diplomacy. But I need this QB situation wrapped up by OTAs. Zedric said, look, y'all, it's too much. Just go ahead. Tell us it's Shador. Keep it moving. Mary Kay is in the same boat as the rest of Browns media. Anyone but Shador. You got Never Sanders now, like Never Trump's media is garbage. For real.
Quick follow-up. You mentioned Coach Warhop. What is it about him that you hear so many guys that play for him that just absolutely rave about him? What is it about him that maybe differentiates him from so many other offensive line coaches?
Just his attention to detail when it comes to technique, play style. You're gonna get the same guy every single day. He's not gonna sugarcoat it. He's not one of those coaches that he's gonna treat the best player, highest paid player, different than any other guys that may be on the practice squad. He's gonna coach everybody the same way, and he's gonna demand the best out of each and every one of us every single day. And that's just how he is. That's just how he's built, and it kind of rubs off on all the guys on the line, and basically rubs off on everyone on the team because everyone I've ever seen been around him has the same thing to say about him. No matter where he's been, players he's coached, you're gonna hear the same thing. And he demands the best, and if you can't meet that energy, you won't play for him. And that's the kind of coach I like to play for.
Thanks.
All right, next we'll go to Scott.
Hey Titus, I know you've played different spots, but when you were talking to Andrew, are you going to be the right tackle? Is that what he's told you?
Yes, sir. I'll be playing right tackle.
And what do you like about that? Why is that important to you?
It's just right tackle is what I played my ever since I transitioned to offensive line. I played offensive line for 2 years in college, and when I moved from tight end, I started playing right tackle first, and so that's this position that stuck with me. I was drafted at Houston as a left tackle, but they traded for Larry Tunsil my rookie year, so I ended up moving to right tackle, and that's why I got the most comfortable at. And I feel like when I'm at right tackle, I play my best. And my job and the reason Cleveland brought me here is to be my best. So if they want my best, which they've already explained to me, I'll be playing tackle, so I can do whatever I got to do to help the team win games. And I could be a mentor to all the younger guys with all the knowledge I've had over the years of playing left tackle, left guard, right guard. But for Cleveland, I'm looking to play right tackle.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Did y'all hear that? So that was one of the things I heard. He played tight end in college. That was interesting. I know he went to I think he went to Alabama State, HBCU. He's the only first rounder drafted from his school. And another thing that I heard was he was drafted to Houston to play left tackle, which is a nugget right there, y'all, because that means he wants to play right tackle, but in a pinch, if something happened, he probably can help us out at left tackle. AB knocked this free agency out of the park with how flexible everybody is, how bought in everybody is, how everybody is making it very clear they want to be here. I want to be here. I want to be here. That's why right now the microphones aren't talking about football and the players, because the players that want to be here, it goes against what their narratives have been the last 3 months. Nobody's going to want to come here. Nobody want to deal with this. Blah, 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 blah. Now look at it. He played running back in high school. They showed a video of him rushing for like 300 yards in his last game. So super athletic, I see. Like he went from running back to tight end to line. That's a transformation for his body right there. New Cleveland for sure. Hashtag New Cleveland. Hashtag New Cleveland. These guys going to love and protect Shador. They have winning mentalities. I hope y'all are hearing the mindset. If y'all want to know why I'm the most excited about the Browns before free agency, before any of that stuff, it was the mindset. If y'all want to know why I'm excited for CU, it's the mindset. It starts with the mind first. If you don't have the right mindset leading your team, you can just best believe it's going to flame out. When you have the right mindset, you give yourself a chance. And the coaches are displaying the right mindset. The players are displaying the right mindset. They're gonna be surprised, y'all. They're gonna be surprised, y'all.
All right, next we go to Ashley.
Hey, Titus, when we talked to Elton last week, he mentioned that you gave him a little phone call and tried to recruit him here. I guess, why was that important for you to do, and what was your pitch to him?
Basically, like you said, we starting fresh, starting new. I basically told him bro, like this is a chance for me and you to, stamp, the Cleveland Browns offensive line, to change the scenery, change the how everyone.
I hope y'all caught that. I'm gonna slightly rewind it back. I wanted y'all to hear the beginning of his answer. All right, where we at? I'm gonna go back a couple seconds. I want y'all to hear this. Why was it important for you to come here?
Like you said, we starting fresh, starting new.
Starting fresh, starting new. Hashtag New Cleveland. Starting fresh, starting new. Hope y'all are hearing it. I hope y'all are hearing it. Let's play it.
I basically told him like bro, like this is a chance for me and you to, stamp, the Cleveland Browns offensive line, to change the scenery, change the how everyone looks at the offensive line. He's somebody I played with at the Senior Bowl and got a chance to know him a lot and, become friends with him there. And, over the years, I always told him, like, hey, bro, we got a chance to play together, looking forward to that. So when I saw, he was released by the Packers, I was like, hey, I just came to Cleveland, we're starting something new, so we're going to be special, I want you to be a part of that. So, if we're on your list, come here. And a couple hours later, he hit me up. It was like, it's official, bro. Let's work. So, with me and him being the two older guys in the room, we get a chance to, pour a lot into the young guys and get this line going. Because him, like myself, played every position on the offensive line. So, I'm looking forward to picking his brain about stuff that, he may have learned that, he can help me out with or something I can help him out with it also.
I hope y'all seeing this. I hope y'all are seeing this. Y'all know what this is? The microphones don't understand the value of a winning mindset. A winning mindset is so important. They did not come here to lose, y'all. They did not come here to tank. They came here to win. They look at what Cleveland has been through previously, what Cleveland went through last year on the offensive line. They're the upgrades. They're the improvement. They're going to fix it. They're going to make sure we don't have the last ranked offensive line. They're going to show their leadership. They're going to wrap their arms around the young guys and help them get better. Does this sound like they came here to lose? Does this sound like they didn't want to be here? The microphones, the microphones can't talk about this. The microphones don't understand the importance of this. They don't understand that football is a lot more mental than they're willing to give credit to that side of the ball or that side of what you do. So you need guys who want to win. You need guys who care for winning situations. They don't know about just losing. Why would I ever put on Titus Howard what happened last year? Does it sound like he came here to do the same thing that happened last year? I would never put that on him. Clean slate, new opportunity. They want the challenge. You see it, Detroit Gemini. I love they want to take in the challenge. That says a lot about them. I agree. This is the end of Dirt Diving Linemen. Superman. They out there playing Superman. Y'all see it. And this is funny because this is already where I wanted to go. I wanted to go right to the linemen because this is where it starts. It starts up front. It starts in the boring part of the team. Linemen, if you know their names, it's a problem unless you're just a really big fan. Usually with linemen, you don't want to know about them because you don't want to, if you know about them, that means they're holding. That means they're diving in air, dirt diving, as Maurice said, which I like that a lot. Or they're getting a lot of penalties. So we know too many people on the Browns offensive line name from last year because they were not good. Everybody wanted to make sure, I think it was the last stream, that Cam Robinson wasn't on the team. I'm sorry, Cam Robinson, you did not perform. This is not attacking you as a person. This is that your performance was not up to par. Don't put this on these guys. That's why Joe can't come back. He don't fit in. I'm hearing the alignment, something I didn't see or hear last year. They were going through the motions, for real. Hey, only thing to make Shador's team more interesting in 2 to 3 years from now, what college running back named Bo Jackson needs to be picked by the Browns. Hey, I'm picking up what you put down to, man. The Browns don't even realize God blessed them with Shador. Last summer, I was saying the Browns are going to have to luck into a quarterback. If you describe to somebody what happened last year with the Browns taking Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, Shador in the 5th round, firing Kevin Stefanski, Shador not being able to play, and now Shador looks to be the starter in Cleveland, that's them lucking into a quarterback. Not them skilling their way into a quarterback, unfortunately, but it's working out. Superman lineman is where last year's team lost me. For real. They know the DNA Shador came from. Come on. They know. I was listening to Shorty Low this weekend. Let's keep it going.
All right, next we go to Cam.
Titus,
You
you
see it,
mentioned some
Felix?
of the connections you already had here, Warhop, and getting Elton here on the team. But when you were looking at Cleveland when you got here, what were some of the pieces maybe that stood out to you? Some of the things about the Browns offense that you're coming into that you're looking forward to, or you think are maybe staples that you can help be a part of?
So, y'all know, shout out to Selmo Fudd. Selmo Fudd always talks about Cameron Justice. She is the one who asked this question. This is a really, really, really good question. I want y'all to listen in. To this answer to this question. I'm going to make it short for you. What are the offensive pieces that made you excited about coming to Cleveland? That is Cameron Justice asking a real question about somebody new coming to Cleveland. So I want y'all to be prepared for the answer. This is a good question. We built something different this year. D, from your experience, what did the Lions mentality seem like when Baker was here? They actually took the mentality of Baker. They were very aggressive. They were very physical. They were maulers. It was, because remember, when Baker was here, we had young Wyatt Teller, young Joe Bentonio, and we used to get them out on the outside, and they used to be pancaking linebackers, DBs, safeties, everything. They were very, very, very aggressive. Very aggressive. They got older quickly. Injuries started to pile up. But when Baker was here, the same way Baker would go taunt and be in people's face, they were right there with Baker. So they took on that identity. Hard-nosed offensive line is how it was. This is a very important question right here, y'all. Listen in.
We all know how talented the defense is. You got a lot of great guys on the defense. Myles Garrett, the best defense end in the league. Malik Collins, you got Denzel Ward. On offense, you got a lot of young pieces. You got Shador, you got Harold Fannin, you got Judy, you got Judkins, Alabama native. I'm from Alabama. My mom's lives in Montgomery, where he's from. You
Shout out to
got a lot of
Bama.
young pieces, and you saw, if you watched tape and you saw Cleveland last year, they was in a lot of games, and I felt like by me coming here and some other guys who brought in coming here, us being able to protect and open some lanes up front, we can kind of help the team get to the next hump, because like you said, the core pieces are already here. You just got to add a couple more, and this team can be a really good team. So that kind of enticed me to come here. And also, after seeing the staff and hearing a lot about, a lot of the guys like Coach Monken and all the other guys, hearing a lot of players talk about how much they like them, it kind of, helped me with this decision too.
Now, a lot of times y'all hear me going in on the type of questions they ask. I'm also going to highlight when they ask really good questions. When they ask really good questions, I'm going to highlight it. That was a really good question by Cameron Justice. Check her out. She's on X. It's more than one way to handle yourself in the media. We look at Mary Kay, Tony Grossi, and say they're not doing good. But if you look at the ones who are doing good, look at how she asks the question. Look at how she asked the question, y'all. Why were you excited to come here? Y'all heard who he named. He named the guys on the defense. Young, talented pieces on the offense. Shador, Quinshawn, Judy. What did he say? Judy from Alabama. He from Alabama. His mom, Montgomery. I got family in Birmingham. I know about Bama. We used to go there every year. It's changing, y'all. Shout out to Key Mathis. She see it. Hey, Mikes, go ahead and pack your bags. It's a new Cleveland, baby. I hope y'all seeing it. These linemen are so well spoken. They are. It's changing right before our eyes, y'all. It's crazy how much you can hear that humble but confident in their ability, like Shador is. Y'all hearing it? Young Pete and Watson isn't young, and he didn't play last year. Mary Kay, did you listen to his answer? Mary Kay, did you listen to his answer? I played left tackle in high school and college. I can respect any pro less talented than me at my position. Talk to him too, man. Talk to him. I expect Cam to ask good questions. She does her thing. She does. It's a way to show y'all you can. They are choosing to be the microphone, and the way you determine that is because Cam chose not to be the microphone. She chose to not be the microphone. So y'all see it. And I'm the Al Bundy of linemen, not the Al Bundy of linemen. It's a youth movement. That is true. They are making the reporters respect them too. They are. I'm from Alabama too. Let's go Browns. My family's from Birmingham. We went there every year in the summer. She will omit that from her headline. She will. This is Shador's team. Shanithia, you see it. You see it.
And for you, I asked Zion and Elton about it. I know the offensive line is so.
Hold on. We gonna get to her question. Asante, are you serious? Somebody on 92.3 The Fan said the Browns really didn't upgrade because the linemen are used up.
Stop it. Get some help.
Microphones, y'all. Let me ask you a question. If they say the linemen are used up, by that logic, wouldn't the retread quarterbacks that they want us to go get, wouldn't they be washed up also? These microphones got to do better. They got to do better, y'all. These microphones are tripping.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What are they talking about? What are you talking about? Mary Kate noticed he said Shador. Titus knows what's up with the media. For real. Yep. Asante said they said it today. If you play a position I played 32 years ago, do it worse than me, you don't belong on my team. Talk to him too, man. It's them old folks, ain't it? It got to be, because I think this is about their time. Calling them mics is hilarious, by the way. Microphones, man. That's it's too many of them for me to put all their names out there. They just microphones now. Of course it was, Asante. Let's get back to Titus. Hey, man, I'm liking this. I'm excited, y'all. I got all my wishes. So my wishes were Devin Bush. We got Quincy Williams. My wishes were upgrade the offensive line. We more than did that because I thought we were going to need 2 rookies to start. We're not going to need 2 rookies to start. So shout out to AB. Y'all know why I'm excited. They all look young and healthy to me. Every one of them, for real. I bet they didn't give specific examples. They won't. They stay hating. Like Bernie Kosar said, he judges QBs based on his ability when he was a player. To a man, I agree. And I remember Bernie said that. I remember.
Crucial to the biggest part of the offensive line operating is that chemistry, right? And that connection that you guys have as a unit. So with so many new faces, for you mentally, what's the key to getting on the same page and making sure you guys can gel quick enough early on in the season and get this unit working as one?
Another good question. I always tell y'all when the microphones ask bad questions, when we get good questions, I'm going to stop it and let y'all know. We're going to acknowledge it. Another good question. This is football related. How do y'all get on the same page because there's so many new faces? And you're asking the veteran leader of that group. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yes, I heard them saying they overpaid for one of the linemen. They are just mad because AB is making moves with them in the dark. Access denied. Denied, y'all. I want to hear his answer to this.
Yeah, the key to that is just, whenever we're around each other, we're practicing, we're working, don't be afraid to like ask questions about the person. Like, it doesn't always have to be what I've learned. And I've been on so many different offensive lines. I was in Houston for 7 years, and we never had the same starting offensive line more than a year. So like, what I've learned over the years is the best way to build camaraderie with guys is not just about learning about on the field, is building relationships also outside of football, because once you do that, it kind of helps you gel easier on the field, because it makes work more fun. You feel more comfortable around guys. You open up to them. You be able to listen to them more. And like I said, when we get into practicing those reps, those repetitions, just making the most of them, and not taking them for granted, that's going to help build that camaraderie over time. And just like all of us, like I always say, another thing that helps build camaraderie is all of us making sure that we attack going into this new scheme and learn the playbook the best way possible we can. And because the easier you know the playbook and the more detailed you are with that, the easier it's to build that in chemistry and you kind of work together on the field.
Y'all, this is music to my ears, y'all. Music to my ears. He could have gave a quick, simple answer and just said what everybody wanted him to say. Instead, he broke it down in layers so you get the understanding. He talked about the reps, making every rep count, not taking them for granted, asking questions if you're unsure what you're supposed to do, learning the playbook as soon as you can so you can play faster, have a clear understanding. Do y'all hear this? This is music to my ears. So in different jobs, I've been a trainer. When I hear somebody who can easily articulate how to get something done, y'all don't understand how I just get my ears perk up. I really lock in when I hear it, because every person doesn't have it. But people who have it, they are going to be very valuable with teaching people in new situations. Very valuable. He's going to be a valuable piece, y'all. Very valuable piece. And this is something he's been through before. He said, yeah, I was in Houston for 7 years. We never had the same offensive line more than a year. Never had the same one, y'all. So he's went through this process before. I want y'all to hear this. Hashtag New Cleveland. It's a new day. It's a new time. It's new energy. AB is building this thing out the right way. I hope y'all hear it. He is building it out the right way. I hope y'all understand my excitement. I don't get excited when I'm just looking at a guy on the field. I'm telling you, to me, so much starts with your mind. And I have heard nothing but good things from their mindset. That's where it starts, y'all. That's where it starts for me. That's where it starts. D, you dropping the mic. I had to give y'all something special today. I had to. I'm feeling good. And I'm not just saying I feel good. When I'm listening to them speak, I'm like, you speaking my language. This is my language, y'all. This is my language. When I hear them, tu hablan español. That's what he's speaking. That's my language. Li parle Creole. He's speaking my language. Parlez-vous français? Speaking my language, y'all. That's why I'm so excited. I am like the Nutty Professor. I'm so excited, and I can't hide it. I know. I want you. Y'all remember when he was dancing and he had that date? Friday night at 8. I got me a date. It's going to be so great. Great. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Are y'all seeing why I'm excited? How could I be upset when I'm hearing this? This is music to my ears. These are intelligent football players. This is what I want. This is what I want, y'all. This is what I want. This is what we're getting. Actually wanted to play together to win. Being on the same page with no hidden agendas is why they will do well together, win together. I agree. He is training the media. He is. I want to see Shador start pulling in Peyton Manning and Omaha. Talk to the defense mid-game with his confidence, for real. Like, I see you. I know you trying. I know you coming. I see you. I see you. Kenny Pickett is overpaid, but the media says nothing about him. We know why. I said it. Remember I said Kenny Pickett got $7.5 million for 1 year. I'm expecting Zion to take a leap beside Titus. Titus is a great vet. You can tell. You can see it. Yes, it is a valuable leadership skill. He is a great addition to the team. AB is on fire. He is. He's on fire. He's heating up. Shador probably studying right now, for real. Hashtag new Browns, baby. Spandex, all spandex. I'm really excited about the new guys. All of them are very impressive. I even like the new tight end, Skull. For real. Great. Or Norbit. Tuesday. Yeah, me too. He's a good country guy. Love it. I'm telling y'all, I'm excited. Super Bowl teams don't buy biggest names in jail, but instead a bunch of underdog players work hard and overcome the big names. Look at Sam Darnold, not who you expect to win, for real. He's very knowledgeable, a valuable asset, for real. Barry has done a good job of getting players who are head smart and also bought into the vision. Talk to him, Ivar. I'm telling y'all, I'm excited. Hopefully y'all are excited. Hopefully y'all see why I'm excited. This is different. We went through this last year. This is different. I hope y'all notice and feel it's different. And listen, it sounds different. Looks different. Hopefully y'all seeing it.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Come to Off the Record D, where we gonna read your super chats. Your voice is gonna be heard.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Shout out to Shanithia. All right, new Cleveland karaoke night. I feel so great. Got myself a date. Friday night at 8. It's going to be so great. Great. I told y'all I feel good. Y'all. I feel good. Okay, bilingual D. That Duolingo helping your boy out. That Duolingo is helping your boy out. What's crazy is Cleveland media don't like it because it's different, and they control this new Cleveland. For real, they don't even know what to do with it. The microphones are lost. They don't know how to talk about this. They lost. D, I think these players coming to the Browns believe in Shador. They know Shador is like that. I agree with you, Felix. Might be 2 years away from an AFC championship game. Talk to him, Cedric. A lot of Scottie Pippins being added to the team. Shanithia with another bar. And Shanithia, you know Scottie Pippen's my favorite player of all time. My favorite player of all time. So that's what they're adding. What do you feel Shedeur needs to do in training camp to create a clear separation from Deshaun? Pick up the playbook and be decisive. At the end of the time Deshaun was healthy, I don't know about if he knew the playbook or not. He was not decisive. He wasn't accurate, but I know Shedeur is accurate. So that's all I need him to do. He shows that it's not going to be close between the two. It's not going to be close. They feel the vision. They are disarming the media in real time. Real time. For real, Black Pearl. Great. D, and this is what an offseason is supposed to be like. Seeing the new players come in, the new energy, having hope for the upcoming season. I agree with you, Marie. I agree with you. They say in competition, but it's not. It's his team in 2026. He is playing this year for the franchise position. For real. Shanithia dropping bars. That was definitely a bar. All we need now is our own Cleveland media. For real. Just want y'all to know something. Your go-to Cleveland media in year 2 most likely will not be played on the traditional station. Traditional station meaning TV unless you're on YouTube. Radio, it's going to be, you're going to find the content creators that you enjoy on YouTube going into the next year. And most likely, they probably won't be asking questions at the podium. Just be ready for it. Our division next season is going to be one of the harder matchups with no clear-cut winner. All teams are built similarly except the Bengals, and our line is already better than them. I agree. When guys start winning, great players go to the next level, so I look forward to seeing this team play at playoff level with 11 wins at the top of the AFC North. Then anything can happen. Anything is possible. That's what it is. That's what it is, Maurice. Anything is possible. D, the media not getting nothing out the building now. Todd and Andrew stopped all those leaking stuff. Love it. Talk to him, Detroit Gemini. D is our new Cleveland media. Talk to him. Because the traditional media is not going to have the understanding. This stuff is happening right in front of them, and they're not seeing it either. That's the crazy thing. This is happening right in front of them. This is not like I got some special access to this that they don't have. They are bypassing all things good and just going negative. That's a choice. The microphones have picked their side. Just make sure you do this.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Tap in, go listen to the rest of this. I want to get to something. I was surprised nobody spoke about this, but y'all know this. I had a different plan for the stream, but I'm happy we pivoted.
Okay, and the last one will go back to
Hold on. I'm happy we pivoted to Titus Howard. That was a really great listen. This was going to be the main event from earlier, but we still going to ring the bell for y'all.
Let's get ready to rumble.
This is Quincy Williams. Now, you got to be somebody like me who listened to all the interviews all the way through to have caught this. Maybe people have seen this. Maybe they'll see this after I play it, but more people need to see this happen. We watched Russell Westbrook push back on the media, and everybody said, I wonder if that would happen in Cleveland. And we were thinking, maybe it'll be Miles, maybe it'll be this player. It already happened, y'all. It already happened. People missed it. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to play the end of his presser to show the pushback, and then we're going to go to the beginning so y'all can check out Quincy Williams. Detroit Gemini seen this. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hopefully y'all can hear the question, but y'all definitely going to hear his answer. And just to let y'all know, this is Mary Kay.
Okay. Okay. 2 questions real quick.
Hold on. I want y'all to hear it. Let me max this volume out. I want to make sure y'all can hear this question. Let me turn this volume up. I want y'all to hear it, and I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see it. I'm not gonna play no sound effects when he do this. I'm not gonna play no sound effects because I don't want it blasting in your ear. But I want y'all to hear this interaction. Y'all ready? Let's go, everybody.
Here, Quincy, if you don't mind. And the first one is, in looking back again, just very briefly to last year, just in relation to.
Hey, I just want to ask, is today going to be the last day that I get questions about the New York Jets, though? Even though I just signed? All right, bet. I'm good with that.
Talk to him. I hope y'all heard that. If you didn't hear that, we going to run that back. We going to run that back, y'all. We're running this back because I want y'all to hear this. Y'all ask, who is going to be the person that pushes back on the Cleveland media? Ta-da. I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear it. Let's rewind it back. Let's rewind it back because I want y'all to hear it. He's sitting there. Oh, that's the question? Let's run it back.
Okay, and then last one, we'll go back to Mary Kay. Okay, 2 questions real quick here, Quincy, if you don't mind. And the first one is, in looking back again, just very briefly to last year, just in relation to.
Hey, I just want to ask, is today going to be the last day that I get questions about the New York Jets, though? Even though I just signed? All right, bet. I'm good with that. Last one. Here we go.
Hey, talk to him, Quincy. Talk to him. Talk to him. And if you didn't listen to this full thing, there is a reason why the pushback came that way for Mary Kay. Mary Kay asked another question that he had to push back on her. She asked another question he had to push back on, y'all. It was another one he had to push back on. We gonna get to it. We gonna get to it here, y'all. We gonna get to it. All right, let me do this. My bad, Joanna. The bot got you. It's a rite of passage. Rite of passage. The bot got you. My bad.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Shout out to Marie. Shout out to you. Yeah, that bot. You know what I'm gonna do? I gotta go in and change him letting people do emojis because he be tripping with the emojis. Shout out to Marie. Shout out to Marie. D, this is a great platform that you've created. That's why we support you. Keep up the great work, keeping it positive and real at all times. 100, the new Cleveland. I appreciate you, Marie. I'm telling y'all, I'm positive. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be times. Remember the analogy I gave when you got to tell your kids 3 times about doing the same thing. Just because the volume might raise does not mean it means negative emotion. It's just, you know, that 3rd time you telling your kids to do something, you got to be real with them. Hey, nah, that's all it is. But y'all know I appreciate y'all kind words. Y'all allow me to be me. This is me. This is me, y'all. This is me every day. Me every day. Let's Key Mathis says we were laughing about that in Patreon, D. Yeah, I saw this. I'm telling y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So I usually so I can listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to something on Bluetooth and I'm doing other things. I'm multitasking, y'all. Trying to be efficient. So I was listening. I heard this. I stopped what I was doing, went back to my phone, and I rewound it back. And I played it again. And then I wanted to see his facial expression when he said it. And I was really surprised that this didn't take off over the weekend, because when I heard this, I said, this is going to be on Monday. I don't know who seen it. I don't know who didn't see it. But this right here, they are drawing a line in the sand when it comes to this media. These microphones can't do what they used to do, y'all. They won't be able to. Yeah, it'll be him. I was just thinking that he won't mince words either. He does not. He does not. Quincy, should I get her? Yes. Messy K, let this be the last New York Jets question for real. I love he said that. That's right. No one has time for the mess. We are trying to win this year. For real. Messy Mary Kay. I love the pushback with a smile. For real. And he said it with a big smile. Like, lady, I'm not the one or the two. Nope. Burrow isn't the young gun in the AFC anymore. That's why he showed up at the Pro Bowl. He knows what's going on. He sees it playing out. He sees it because he was not coming. When Shador got announced, he texted Chase, said he's coming for real. Q said, should I get her? Get her. Like off of, what was that? How high? Get him. Get him. Messy K, let this be the last Jets question you ask. I wanted to hear about AB, but this is I too. Signing off. Catch y'all on the side. Later on, see you, Anderson. Enjoy the rest of your day. Safe travels if you got to head out there to work today. Cleveland Media, get in that pushback. They are in real time. They are not playing with them. Everybody knows about this media. They do. They know about it. You have to come correct. You got to come correct. You have to. You got to come correct. Don't try to stir stuff up. Don't try to do all this other stuff. Come correct when you're speaking to us. So it's another point where Mary Kay is going to ask a question and he's going to respond.
Play it freely. At the Jaguars, they were asking me to play in a.
All right, let's see. I might be able to find it by his facial expression.
Defense, or even more fear defense.
Appreciate it.
This camera kind of high. I see myself now. I feel super short though.
Hear me? Good.
Yeah, I just felt short with the camera. I tilted it a little bit.
Quincy, I got 2 questions. The first one you kind of touched on, but I'm going to ask.
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. This is what you want. These are the type of additions you want to see.
Good again. Making the first team All-Pros a career accomplishment for anybody. What are the things that came together to make that season so big for you?
Putting it all together, as far as off the field, my workouts, my training, and my the way I eat, and then on the field, my studying and taking my practice reps as games rep, and then also learning what everybody else is doing on the field and how do I fit in that piece. That what took it all the way over the top right there.
Okay, good. Second question is, were you ever the green dot guy with Rutenberg?
Nah, I wasn't the green dot guy, but it was because, well, his excuse was because you do all that running around, I need you trying to catch your breath on the way back, not talking. But I would love to wear the green dot, though.
All right, thank you.
Okay, next we'll go to Cam.
Quincy, you're entering a linebacker room that has Carson Schlesinger, Defensive Rookie of the Year. First of all, how familiar of his game last year, what he was able to do in his rookie year were you? And then what are your thoughts on joining that room and trying to add a punch alongside him?
I haven't really watched any of his film for real, other than the highlights I've seen from the NFL Honors, but I do want to give him his flowers for that, for receiving that when he entering the league, because it's only up from here. Me, I'd have figured it out a little bit later in my career, so I'm happy that he figured it out early in his career, and I hope he well, I'm going to be here to make sure he continues to do it. So I'm excited about that. And then what was your other question? I'm sorry.
And just, being able to be in that room with him, and what's your excitement level of adding to a linebacker room that had success last year, that now you get to add your touch to it?
My touch is going to be the touch, and I'm going to be honest with you. So the biggest thing is just being a part of that room, just trying to fill the room out first and see how much Quincy that the room can take, and then how much Quincy that the room is even needing in the first place, just because it's a great group of guys already here, hard playing and stuff. So I know we want to have those conversations about effort. So we just got to figure out what other conversations that we need to get touched up on. Effort, for sure, is not one of them.
I also wanted to ask about the defensive line, and being able to be behind a unit that is, so dominant and so able to get to the quarterback, to be able to kind of share in the responsibilities of getting there and also in coverage. What's your mindset of playing behind those guys that that the Browns have, especially like a guy like Myles Garrett?
I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on dinner because I gotta make sure them boys fed to keep the linemen up off me. So that's my mindset right now as I'm walking through the rooms now. Just also seeing these the type caliber people we got on the D line and stuff like that. I'm gonna be spending a lot of money because as long as they keep me clean, we gonna be good.
Thank you.
Okay, next we'll go to
His answers are so good, y'all. So good. D, I didn't watch all of him. He is entertaining. He is. This is good for changing of the culture in Cleveland, for real. Every time I hear that or someone mention, I think about Clarissa Shields walking into the ring to do what she does. Yes, she did walk out to whip that trick. I remember that. That media will be out on an island without those leaks, for real. We respect self-awareness, for real. Now, these new guys are what you call professional football players, for real. Listen to their answers.
Ashley.
Hey, Quincy, I just wanted to ask about going through the shoulder injury last year and how you came out of that. And was it frustrating for you to break that 100 tackle season streak that you had going?
Yes.
To have that streak?
Another good question. This is showing his personality right here, y'all. This is him showing his personality. She didn't even finish the question. And that was a good question by Ashley Barstock. I might be saying it wrong, but by Ashley. Great question by her. Due to your shoulder injury, your 100 tackle streak was broken. How does it? Yes. Yes. He didn't even let her finish. Another good question. You get to see what makes them tick, what they're motivated by, what they're trying to do. Let's play it.
Now, that is a question I think about all the time that no one has ever asked me, though. That's crazy. So that did hurt me. It hurt me during the process just because when they told me I was going to have to sit out for 5 games, and I was like, nah, I feel good. But the injury that I had was one of those injuries that, yeah, you can feel good, but if you take a wrong hit, that you might not be good if you don't give it time to heal. So I'm happy that they made me take the 5 weeks. It was very hard, those 5 weeks, not doing anything, but coming back from it was very easy just because I was eager to play. I was ready to play. The training staff made sure I was strong enough, made sure that it wasn't no jarring or anything after the shoulder injury. There was no breaks or anything, so that was a blessing. First of all, I want to thank God for that also. And then coming back from it, my coaching staff eased me into it, so when I got ready to actually play, my starting spot was available, and I went full speed, finished the season, had no problems with it after. Still have no problem with it now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, have no problems with it now.
Totally fine. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
A little shoulder touch to make sure. Shoulder.
He said, I'm good. Let me show you I'm good. Little shoulder test to show you. I'm telling y'all, the energy from these new players, I like how he answered this. D, he is a straight up dog. You can see it in him, for real. I think we about to get to the other part with Mary Kay. Because he had 2 with Mary Kay.
Okay, we'll do a few more here. Next, we'll go to Scott.
Was it Scott? No, I don't think it was Scott.
Hey, Quincy. When free agency started, did you expect to land here, or how did that come about?
All right, so in free agent, I didn't really expect nothing. My mindset was I'm going to play on the team. Now all I need to focus on what can I control, my body and how I show up ready for that team. So that's all I had focus on. I let my agent do what she does. Shout out to Nicole Lynn. She's a wonderful agent. And then I let the universe be the universe. I prayed about it. But other than that, I ain't really had no thought on it until Monday. And when I first got that call, the crazy thing, the first person to call me was Rudy.
And then when you're talking about last year, would you describe it as a frustrating season for you? I know things didn't go the way you wanted as a team, and does that give you motivation coming here?
Last year is one of those seasons where I felt like I didn't even play football. So that's kind of like why I want to keep it at. It's already over with, moving forward, new team, new colors, new everything. Right now, all I got to do is just change this green in my hair. Really, I'm over here still thinking about it because the green is because I'm the Joker, not because I played for the Jets. But it's just too close for comfort.
Okay, next we'll go to Daniel.
Hey, I actually need that clip. You know, that's going to be a clip.
Quincy, obviously Rudy stepping into, his first role as a defensive coordinator, and he's obviously taking over for a really respected DC and Jim Schwartz. Just knowing what you know about him, what gives you confidence that he's going to step into that role, from position coach to coordinator, and have it be like a seamless transition with him calling plays and everything.
Not to be cocky, but his first thing he did was come and get me. That's the most important thing he did. I was going to make sure you keep him level-headed, so I know he's going to be positive in every single thing moving this year. We feed off each other. That's the main thing. So I'm going to make sure he's good the same way that I'm going to be good. But with that also, I'm going to push him the same way he pushes me. And with me being me pushing him, I would hope that the other players will feel comfortable enough to have those conversations with him too. And like I said earlier, when there's communication on all phases of a team, we're hard to beat because we all know what our why is and we all know what we're playing for.
Appreciate it.
Okay, and then last one, we'll go back to Mary Kay.
Okay. 2 questions real quick here.
Hold on, let me see. It's another one. Mary Kay is asking him about how his season, how he didn't play or something. Let me find it for y'all.
It was actually right before the Browns game when the Browns.
Okay, here it is. Okay. So we're going to play this full part out with Mary Kay then.
Is in looking back again, just very briefly to last.
We're going to play this full part out because I didn't realize it was the second follow-up question. Rehab exercises, Quinshon and Dawg too. Watch out here most on the field. We one more player like that on offense. I agree. It's like AB went out and found players and coaches to match Shador energy. Dr. Clyde Marshall, good morning. How you feeling today? Nasty work. He funny. I like his personality. AB listened to the players at end of the year interviews and brought in what they said they needed. That's awesome. That's why I believe he is rebuilding this thing the right way. Look at the type of players he brought in. Watch for this media try to pit player against player once the season start. They're going to try to, but I don't think it's going to work because they got vets. You got a mix of vets and the younger guys. Russ got in front of it with the media in Sacramento because he's the vet. These vets will also get in front of it and say, nah, that's not going to work here. So it's one thing saying it from a rookie. It's totally different when it's coming from the vets who know better and they've played other places. So let's play this full part out with Mary Kay.
Last year, just in relation to.
Hey, I just want to ask, is today going to be the last day that I get questions about the New York Jets, though? Even though I just signed? All right, bet. I'm good with that. Last one. Here we go.
Okay. So the question is, and it is as it relates to this season, just in reading up about last year, I saw that you were demoted. It was actually right before the Browns game when the Browns came up to play there. So you were demoted, and obviously that had to be really difficult for you. So how does that moment in time inform, your approach to this season? Are you?
He cannot wait for her to finish asking this long-winded question so he could go off. He cannot wait. Mary Kay going to lose her access and job with questions like that. These questions are crazy. It does show at the very least AB will accommodate his players. I agree. Look at his facial expressions while she's saying this, y'all.
Vowing to never let that happen again, or how did that impact your game?
So I'm going to be completely honest right now. I haven't been completely honest just because I didn't want it to be a distraction during the season. But the reason why I got demoted wasn't because of performance at all whatsoever. If you look at the game before, I actually performed very well. But what actually happened was me and a coach got into a conversation about something that he felt like he didn't agree on, and he used his power and set me down, and I only sat down for 3 plays. So it was just so I didn't get to start. You feel me? Because if you actually look at the rest of those games, I was actually on point against. Wait, we played the Browns. So yeah, go back and watch that game. So I was already mentally prepared and everything. It was really just a you're not going to start type mentality. So I played the rest of the game, only set out 3 plays and nothing else. I played the rest of the season, started the rest of the season, but I really felt like I didn't capture the story early, and I didn't feel like it was going to get that much blow up, but I see that it really did. But now I can talk about it just because it's not a distraction anymore and the season is over with, but it had nothing to do with my performance because, I performed that game, and then I performed the game out there and the game before. But, yeah, I just get that question a lot, and I was like, dog, it really blew up.
Well, I remember you having a good game.
Man. The microphone is struggling, y'all. When she started that question, she said, will you vow not to let that happen again? Who is she? She don't even know the situation. She don't know the circumstances or anything. She didn't look into how many snaps he missed or anything. None of that. let me see if I can find where she's asking the question portion of it. So y'all can hear what she's asking. Because when I heard it, I said, this kind of crazy. Will you vow not to
never let that happen again? Or
okay, we right there by it right there. All right, so 52. Let's go back slightly. Let's go back here.
I saw that you were demoted. It was actually right before the Browns game, when the Browns came up to play there. So you were demoted, and obviously that had to be really difficult for you. So how does that moment in time inform, your approach to this season? Are you vowing to never let that happen again, or how did that impact your game?
So,
are you vowing to never let that happen again? Are you vowing that you will never have a disagreement with a coach? Come on, man. They microphones, y'all. Microphones. I highlighted good questions. Y'all heard his response where he spelled it out for her. It wasn't for performance. Excuse me. It was not for performance. It was because he had a disagreement with a coach. He only missed 3 snaps. The better thing for her to do would have been to talk to her people over there and ask, hey, what y'all think happened with this? Because he only missed a couple snaps. This is the Cleveland microphones. The Cleveland microphones, y'all. I even have one more that they asked Zion Johnson. I thought was crazy too. Before we wrap this thing up and get out of here, I'm gonna catch him on the chat and then we're gonna play Zion when he got a crazy question. That's the face Russ made when he said, "What? Messi K don't know how to read the room." Not at all. Y'all tripping for real. What is Mary Kay doing? Old Cleveland media is so negative. They have a woe is me mentality. Think as and act as a champion. Shaking my head. Wait, we played the Browns? For real, he had to think about it. Tell it like it is, Q. What on earth is she even talking about? Keep letting everyone know how you don't watch or understand football. Messi K. Then that DC got fired a few weeks later. How's that what you ask a new player on his first press conference? Man, I can't stand her. Always find something negative for clicks. So what are you saying, Mary Kay, is that you didn't watch the Browns game that you were probably at? Ding, 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 ding. Prior to this season, it shows that AB didn't have autonomy to make his own decisions on players. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying, to me, when I look at it, it seems like AB has the final say. She ain't got people over there. She should have called somebody. I hope AB and Munkin are watching this garbage. Question she's asking, limit her access. For real. Mary Kay needs to go and learn football. She is an airhead. Y'all hear it. It's another one. It was another very bad question.
Going back to...
I think it's here. Here's another very bad question from the Cleveland microphones. While Mary Kay is awful, she does not watch the games. Nope. Let's listen to this one before we get up out of here. I'm going to show the free agent or salary cap stuff Zedric sent earlier, then we're going to wrap it up. Let's go here.
I did not study you, but there were reports out of Los Angeles that you struggled in the pass blocking. You probably have heard those reports. Could you just respond to that?
I did not study you, but there are reports that you struggled in pass blocking. Can you respond to that? These microphones, y'all. Remember, when I say the microphones, it's not just coming from inside the building and they repeat it. They're willing to repeat things that they've heard other reporters say as well. That's a microphone, y'all. You're just amplifying somebody else's message. So hopefully y'all see what is happening. They ask these terrible questions. What do you want him to say to this? What do you want the answer to be? But they brought some vets in. They brought some people with experience in. He's going to answer it. Let's get to his answer.
I mean, I think evident watching the tape, I think, I have a lot of strengths in pass protection if, watching the tape. I think it's something that I've continuously worked on year in and year out in my career. I think that's something I've definitely improved on throughout my career. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got for that.
You're not going to rattle these guys. You're not going to shake these guys. I don't know how he kept a straight face when he was listening to the question. I would not have been able to keep a straight face listening to the question. I would have did something with my face. I'm just letting y'all know me. I wouldn't have been able to keep a straight face like that when he asked that question. I did not study you. They're microphones, people. They are microphones. Let me catch up on the chat. Then we're going to get to what Zedric sent us earlier. We kind of pivoted because we got Titus Howard, but I definitely think it was worth it. Pivoting a couple of the topics to Titus Howard. Shaking my head. This is why she has to turn off her comments on Twitter. She turned off her comments? That's crazy. Mary Kay never asks true football questions. It's always gossip questions. For real. I did not study you. Yep. Stop the question there. Next question, please. Terrible, baseless question. Mary Kay is last year's Bill Nunn Memorial Award winner, awarded for her in recognition of long and distinguished reporting in the field of pro football. Crazy. Crazy. In other words, I haven't done my job, but can you do your job and answer this stupid question? Diabolical. For real. The microphone don't have Kevin and his people feeding them lies, so they are just fishing because they can't think on their own. I agree. Watching the tape. He is the new Deion Sanders voice. I'm glad he's with the Browns. Mary Kay has met her match, and who is he? From the Jets. Yeah, that was Quincy Williams. He's from the Jets. Again, professional football players, stop playing with me. You put him on last year's roster, and he wouldn't even be the worst. For real. I did not study you. Discrediting yourself before the question is just ridiculous. Yes. Let's get to this post that Zedric sent us earlier. It is crazy. Okay. More contract details are coming in. The Browns have increased their cap space to $21 million per over the cap by lowering Titus Howard's 2026 cap hit in his 2-year, $45 million extension. The new deal has vet minimum base salaries in 26, 27, 28, $18.4 million option bonus in 27, $14.3 million option bonus in 28. Also, per game roster bonuses up to $1 million in 27 and 28, and 4 void years. Shout out to Zedric for sending that. So AB doing what AB does. $21 million in cap space. You don't need to spend it this year. You can roll it over into next year if you want to. So they're still able to make moves. Still able to. Happy birthday, Ozzie Newsome. Shout out to Ozzie Newsome. I didn't know it was his birthday. Shout out to Ozzie Newsome. Legend. These are real black men, not kids. These are not kids. You got to go somewhere and play with somebody else. They're not going for it. They're not going for it. They're not going for it, y'all. Let me switch over here to here. Now, hopefully y'all see why the title of this stream is AB Rebuilding the Browns the Right Way. You look at how these guys speak that he brought in. We looked at Titus Howard, how he speaks. We looked at how Zion Johnson speak last week, and we went back to that one question before. We looked at how Quincy Williams speaks, the Joker, and how he set the boundary immediately with Mary Kay. He set her straight on the other stuff. We looked at Warhop, how most of the offensive linemen are very excited to play with Warhop. I did have to cut some of the shorter videos out, but now do y'all see how AB is building the Browns the right way? Now y'all see? D, you keep dropping the mic. I just wanted to put a good stream together for my people. I wanted to put a good stream together for y'all. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this. D, can you help me understand about Bentonio cap hit? $23 million. So that means we lost money for this year. Yep. Dead cap hit. So dead cap, if I have $300 in the bank and I take, or let's make it even easier. If I have $100 in the bank and I have a dead cap of $23, $23 is not available for me to use. It's just not available. So in passing, I said, if Bentonio was going to retire or if he was going to go to another team, he did a messed up thing to the Browns by not just telling them, because the Browns extended that window for him to make a decision because they assumed he would most likely give them a decision before it expired and they had to take the cap hit. He let it expire without letting them know what's going on and became a free agent. If that was the case, he could have just said, I'm not coming back. I want to enter free agency. And they could have not taken the cap hit. So to me, Joe Bentonio, on his way out, whether he plays another team or he retires, he did something messed up towards the Browns on his way out. He did something messed up to the Browns on his way out. Because instead of them having that full $100 available, 23 of that they can't use. That's what he did. AB doing a great job. I agree. Intelligence matters. It does. Great stream, deep viewership is up. Keep up the good work. Shout out to you, Black Pearl. I'm working. I'm working. I said something else a while ago. I said in the offseason, you're going to see who is really creative. Are y'all seeing? Did y'all enjoy the stream? Was this a creative stream? Was it negative? Did we only talk hypothetical quarterbacks? No, we had a very good conversation and we just happen to be streaming for people to see. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it because I definitely enjoyed it with y'all. In T.I. words, AB got to let him know. He got to let him know. Bentonio did that on purpose. It's no other way to take it than he did it on purpose to me. I think he did it on purpose. Kevin Stefanski is this guy bitter. Get out of here. Yeah, it's no other way to take it. He did it on purpose because he could have let him know one day earlier. They could have ripped it up. And he chose not to do that. So that was intentional. Pouting because he can't leak anymore. For real. He was mad they fired Kevin. Maybe. Joe was being a jerk. Bye, Joe. That was his get back for firing his friend Stefanski. AB said, it ain't stopping me. Shout out to you, Brent. Always fired. That was Joe's way of paying them back for firing Kevin Stefanski. Shout out to you, A.M. Williams. Great job, D. Ain't stopped AB from making his moves, though. For real. Appreciate you, Zedric. Appreciate you. Have a blessed day, everyone. He did that on purpose. I agree. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this stream. Hopefully y'all enjoy what we're doing even in the off season. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all in 2 days on Wednesday. If the weather is rough where you are, if you don't need to go outside, don't go outside. Stay safe. And I will catch y'all on Wednesday. Peace, everybody.
Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no